Big Pog. Okay, I'm sorry. Hello and welcome back to episode 19 of the Paper Dungeon. We are super excited to be here. It's going to be a rad episode. It's been a couple weeks since our last campaign episode, so it's going to be really exciting to get back into it. Last time we had a little beach episode, so it'll be nice to kind of come off the tail end of that. But we'll get to that in just a moment. Grant has an announcement for us that's very exciting.
Dungeoneers, the time has come. Buckle up your media seat belts because we have the Discord ready. What? And so we're launching it today. It's all set up, and at the end of this stream, we're going to be sending a link in chat to join. So if you're here at the end of the stream, we're going to drop that Discord link and you can click on it and be in our Discord early access, essentially. Because then throughout the week on our social media platforms, we'll be sending out the official Discord announcement and link. Very excited, very pumped to talk with one another and our Dungeoneers throughout the week. Very excited. So look out for the social media posts and stick around until the end of the stream so that you may get the early access Discord link. Thank you. Back to you, DJ.
All right, yeah. Definitely stick around until the end and grab that Discord. I say we, more specifically Grant and Lydia, if I'm not mistaken.
And Hannah. It was really a group effort,
Hannah.
Honestly.
The three really important people of the stream have just been working super hard to get it up. So definitely go check it out because it'll be rad. I don't think we have anything else that we want to talk about, right?
Well,
no.
That's the end of the stream.
Good night and godspeed, Dungeoneers.
Well, I was
the first time you ever
right.
actually properly said that.
Yeah, DJ, why do you do it right at the beginning of the stream and never
I didn't do it right. I said good night and godspeed.
He said good night. True. True.
Okay. Yeah.
Anyway,
Well, if you weren't here last week, you can check out the Valentine's Day one-shot we did, DM'd by the lovely Miss Lydia Korn.
Very good point.
Absolutely fantastic. It was fantastic.
Guys, stop picking on Lydia.
It was amazing and a lot of fun. And if you missed out, you should check it out.
Lydia. Yeah, and while we're talking about Lydia, she has 4 more potion earrings. Okay.
On her Etsy
unacceptable.
shop.
On her Etsy shop, to be clear.
This is unacceptable. Okay.
Flying through these potion earrings, just one every 2 minutes.
It's great. So, anyway, go buy some of those.
All we're saying is Lydia has product, and you should buy said product.
Yes.
Before it runs out.
Okay, now we don't have anything else. So, let's go ahead and get started with episode 19 of the Paper Dungeon.
Welcome to Nicomuras, a world full of sprawling cities and dark secrets. In the wake of the trial, a divine act of righteous judgment, the world has been launched into an era of rebirth. But there are those who still lust for darkness and ruin. Follow us across the continent of Talira, from the deserts of Elon Ryan to the fields of Rivaluna. Deep in the Bloomrose Ocean and high above the Alisar Mountains, our story will see our adventurers through glory, fear, and fortune as they make their way through the Paper Dungeon.
All right. So, our group has been making their way through a variety of different adventures. They made their way west. They made their way west across the Obsidian Road. This is my lack of skills. But they made their way west along the Obsidian Road to the small town of Katin, the home of Lada Lachlan, Renaya's mentor, at which point they went over to an island to retrieve an herb to heal Havel. They did all of this stuff. Eventually, they actually just returned from that island and spent the day basically letting Havel regrow his body in agonizing pain that he spent most of the day passed out from it, while everybody else had some very nice conversations, got to sit down and relax for a little bit. And after Havel was healed, they took the day to play on the beach and just have a nice time. There were sandcastle contests. Tarak found a stick. It was amazing. Everything was fantastic and beautiful, and just this little respite of peace in the ever conflicted lives that these heroes lead.
And then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
And then everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
Everything changed when I punted a fish.
Yes, I was just going to mention that. We ended the episode with Havel rowing out to sea to get rid of the coin that the dragon gave him. And the way that he did that was by, what's it called? Noodling?
I noodled for a fish.
You noodled for a fish, got one, shoved the coin in the fish's mouth, went to toss it into the air, at which point a bigger fish jumped out of the air and swallowed the coin and the fish whole, and took off into the depths. And so we left.
A bigger fish.
There's always a bigger fish. And so we left off with, I believe, Havel and Renaya having a conversation, and everyone else hanging out on the beach or getting ready to have a conversation. Is that correct?
It was Catherine, Renaya, and then Renaya and Edward.
You were really close though.
You're so close.
Is in the middle of the ocean.
They're right next to each other on my screen, so
yes,
they're easily mixed.
And we're so similar looking too.
We'll start right there with all of you guys on the beach, separating, making your way and we'll say that Renaya and Edward are making their way up the stairs.
Renaya is not walking with Edward.
Oh, yes, no. Renaya was boogieing on up and Edward followed her. Yes, it's been a couple weeks. Okay. We'll get there in just a second.
Connect those dots, DJ.
I'm working on it. Everybody else who's at the beach. Havel, as you're beginning to row back into shore. And Tarak with your stick. What are you guys doing?
I would like to try to further correct my map of Athala that I've drawn on the beach. I did real bad on the last one.
Go ahead and roll another history check.
Okay.
That way you can plan a better siege.
Oh no, it got worse. I'm like, oh man, maps. It's crazy.
They don't work. So, Cather, Melora, Havel. I'll say at this point you're getting back to the beach.
What time of day is it?
It's getting, mid-afternoon towards the evening.
I was just wondering. Please continue, Cather. Sorry.
Well, I was gonna say, I take a moment. I look at Havel. I look to Melora, and I look back up towards Renaya. Just look at nothingness for a second before I start trying to make my way after Renaya.
And then, DM, please if I have this correct in my brain, you said that sorry, Kitty is knocking things over. You said that the staircase from the beach up to the house is 80 feet, right?
Yeah, it's like an 80-foot cliff.
So seeing Cather begin to head towards the house, I will also head towards the house.
Okay, perfect. So Havel, you arrive on the beach to see everyone but Tarak is left.
I haven't noticed.
I row and land, and I trudge onto the beach and look over at Tarak and say, "Hey, old friend. How's it going? What? What you doing? What?
Havel.
Yes.
Do you have any knowledge of map making?
Sir, I was raised deep within the monastery of a knowledge domain.
Have you ever considered that when I ask a yes or no question, you can answer with a yes or a no? it really speeds things up.
Yes, I know how to make maps. Yes, actually.
Oh, awesome! Could you help me? I don't remember what a Thala looks like.
Do I remember what a Thala looks
Roll
like?
a history check.
I'd honestly be happier if it was just straight intelligence. Hold on, what's that? Hold on. I just Okay, let's see how the dice roll. Nice.
Oh.
24.
24.
Nice.
You look back at Athala, and you remember that it looks like this.
Great. Can
got
I
it.
draw that to the best of my
uh.
ability in the crude sand map?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead and roll a
I
performance
give
check.
him my stick.
Yeah, I roll a performance check. This is just to see how detailed it is.
Do I have advantage because Tarak is helping me?
Yeah, can I? If I give him my stick, can I help?
Yeah.
And a dice. Hey, that's a nat 20.
Yeah. So
It is
you're
that.
like
It is.
you
Crest
see
is the-
Tarak.
It
Who's
is
trying
Athala.
You see Tarak who's trying to make a very detailed map with about a 3-foot diameter, and you take this and you go, okay, no. Here's what we're gonna do, and you make the diameter of the first circle about 10 feet wide. So you can go in with the very little details, and it's not like there's every single building in Athala on this map, but it's pretty accurate. You know, you have all the towers in place, you know where the gates are, the staircases that lead up to the second level, the main staircase that leads up to the third level. You don't know how to get into the fourth level because most people don't. But yeah, this you got just about everything.
It's a 5e campaign map.
It's a
Wow.
5e campaign map, exactly.
I didn't know that it was possible to make it a 3-dimensional gradient on a 2-dimensional. I don't know.
See, so
I mean,
It's how he
this is
wetted the
practically
sand.
artwork. Wow.
thank you. I used to be very good at map making. My father, Father Grandale, sorry. He forced me to do a lot of writing and drawing, a lot of copying. I think I've read the same 5 books about 100 times, just over the course of trying to transcribe them. Anyways, yeah. So here's your map. Is there anything in particular that you're looking for?
I'm looking. Well, there's a lot of things that I'm looking for.
Fair.
Do you perhaps? Do you know anything about poison?
Do I know anything about poison? DM, do I know anything about poison? This isn't my field of work, really. It's not really a thing I did. It's not a thing I was familiar with, but I feel like
Go ahead. I'll say roll a medicine check.
Medicine isn't my best subject.
You were around it on occasion.
Yeah.
You could have picked up a thing or two. Which yeah, you know.
Love it. Yeah. Do I know anything about medicine? Well, or poison. Well, I have been poisoned before.
I mean,
that's about the closest I know.
In that case, how good are you at scaling buildings?
Actually, I think I'm a lot better at that than you'd think. Now, Melora did kind of show me up in the whole tree thing, but I didn't really work in it. I didn't really work.
How much do you weigh?
Yeah, like 160, 165, I think.
Melora's pretty strong.
Melora's very strong. Probably stronger than me, honestly.
Probably turn you into a leaf.
I mean, if you want someone to scale buildings, I feel like Melora and I are probably the best bet.
I would agree. Thank you very much for your help.
Continue to your consultation, Lawmaster. I'm going to turn around and head into town.
Okay. we'll follow you for a little bit, Havel. You make your way up the wooden staircase, the salt-beaten stairs as you make your way up the staircase, and you take a right to go past Lada's house to the small town of Katin, the only 6 or 7 buildings that are there.
I'm going to go get my jewelry.
Okay, perfect. You go up to the shack, the small home with all the little bits and baubles, the stained glass wind chimes, the different shells that are hanging down. There's almost like what are the string arches of shells, all these different random seaside decorations. It looks like a souvenir shop. It's kind of what it looks like. And you knock on the door, to which you are greeted by the familiar woman, the one that you had commissioned all of the seaside jewelry from, as she opens the door and goes, Havel, darling.
Hello.
You would like your jewelry, I'm guessing.
If it is done, I do not want to expedite craftsmanship. So, okay.
And she closes the door behind you.
Actually, really quickly, guess what?
What?
Hands.
Wow. May I
know.
see them?
Of course, go ahead. They're new.
Oh, they're so soft.
Thank you.
Wow.
I know.
You must give me your skincare regimens.
It's all Reaper. It's all Reaper snails, really. It's just
the Reaper snails.
Yes, of course.
That makes sense. I'll have to get one of them. Anyway, your jewelry. So, let's see. Where did I put it? Give me 1 second.
Did you lose the jewelry?
She turns around and disappears behind a little curtain that blocks off the front half of this building to the second half. And you can hear her muttering to herself, where did I put them? Oh crap, I forgot to. Oh, I didn't finish one of them. Okay, I'll just give him this one. Cool. Yeah. Whoosh. All right. So I have all of them completed. It was perfect. You paid in advance, right? I believe you paid in advance. So
I did, and I paid in gold.
Yes, you did. Here. And she sets down a little dainty, whitewashed box, and you can see the several sets of jewelry in there. The one with the blue shell and the green shell, and I think there was a white shell, and one of the bigger ones, and everything that you had ordered is in there except for one that looks to be a little off. It's more of it's a white shell with an amber rim around it almost. That has been connected to a chain to make a necklace out of it. And yeah, so she presents all of these to you. Beautiful, aren't they? Some of my finest work.
Yes, unfortunately, one of them isn't what I commissioned.
I don't know what you're talking about. These are all exactly what you ordered.
Right. Run me by what I ordered again. I apologize.
You ordered the blue shell and the white shell. The white shell with the amber. You ordered the big shell, and then one other one. This is DJ trying to remember the other one.
There's I believe I got one that was pink. I did.
Oh yes, the pink shell.
Try to get pink
and the pink shell. Yes.
There was a large one that was and then there was another. I got a I believe I don't remember what the color of the large one was. I think it was like a beige. I'm terrible at taking notes and lose my notes frequently because I'm a mess.
Wow, Hannah, you didn't take notes.
I didn't write down what Havel ordered.
You didn't write down Havel's responsibility. How?
I'm so sorry.
Entirely fair. I do remember that I was getting Edward one that was beat up.
Yeah,
you monster.
Because I didn't care.
There was you got two.
I was getting one.
There's the pink one, and then there's a deep blue one, and then a pink speckled anklet. Yes. And then you got a deep blue necklace that kind of fades to a white, and then you got a very white porous one. You got a beige shelled necklace, and then an extra large one. So right now you're missing the white porous one that has been replaced with the white one that fades to amber.
This is exactly what I ordered. In fact, could you do me a favor?
Yes, anything.
Do you have any small tools?
I mean, I have my tools that I use for my work.
Yes, wonderful. Can you punch a hole or two in the amber one?
Of course.
It's wonderful. It's wonderful work. The beautiful shell.
Thank you, Doug.
I think
okay.
the person that's getting it wants it with a little bit more character. Yes.
All right. She goes behind the desk, and she pulls out a little like crank drill, and begins. She sets it down so that it wouldn't puncture through the desk. I have to do this, otherwise it will break the whole shell. So give me 1 moment, and just.
So kindergarten pencil sharpener, like one of those old school ones.
You come here often, Haval?
Lately, apparently so.
That's very nice. What brings you to Katin?
To Katin. I thought you were talking about your shop.
I mean, you're more than welcome to come to my shop as often as you'd like.
I appreciate that, actually. But as far as Katin, actually, it's a lot of work, travel, family.
What do you do for work?
Friends. I'm a freelancer. I do a lot of things, odd jobs. Yes. I do a lot of odd jobs. I'm very good with my hands.
You do this.
I wink at her.
Oh! You do this.
Are you done?
No, my shoulder is getting tired. You just
of course,
here.
please.
And she grabs your hands and puts one on the base of the drill, and the other one on the drill, and starts guiding your hand around.
Is this like well, like what's that one movie? I can't remember off the top of my head now.
It's like when they like teach someone how to play pool.
Exactly.
And they like
she comes around the desk, comes behind you.
Yeah, what movie?
Grabs your hand. And just
moves. Or the pottery one? What's the pottery one?
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
Ghost.
Is that just Ghost? Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
I can remember that's like title. Yeah, there it is.
Nice. She grabs your hand and starts allowing you to crank for just a little bit before going and kind of just sitting back and just watching you as you turn this drill.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I make a show of it.
So you manage to puncture through, creating 2 or 3 holes, whichever you prefer, into the white that fades in. Perfect. And now you have a more characterized shell.
I take all of the jewelry, and I hold them, bow deeply to her, and go, "Thank you very much for everything that you've done. I'll definitely be coming back if I require any more of your wonderful services."
I'll be sure to keep in touch with you. Goodbye.
You know where to find me. Goodbye. Turn around, leave the building. Apple's going to make it about halfway to the house. He's going to stop, shudder a little bit, and then continue to the house.
So, while this has been happening, Tarek, what have you been doing down at the beach?
Planning.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. It's not going well.
Okay.
Because we have like 6 people. And all of them just absolutely useless.
So you go through, you spend a good little chunk of time planning, you come to this conclusion. What are you going to do now?
I mean, I guess I'll head up. It feels bad to just leave this here and be washed away by the water, but what are you going to do? The sea is evil.
The sea is evil. So, while Haval and Tarak have been talking and getting their stuff done, Renaya, you made your way up the stairs, and as you started going up the stairs, you quickly realized that Edward was following you. And then by the time that you get to the very top of the stairs, you can see Cather is following Edward. And as you look back down over the beach, you can see Melora is following Cather.
Oh God, they're like little baby ducks.
Oh.
I'm just gonna head inside. Is Lada inside?
Yes, she is currently sitting on her couch, reading one book with a little journal next to her. Renaya.
Hi.
Hi. How you doing?
I'm okay. Look at my flowers.
Those are very, very pretty. I love them. I like the way they like complement your skin tone. Give you a good little blush.
They're like the size of my head.
I mean, that's true too. They're equivalent to your beauty.
I look like a mouse.
That is also true. It is a little funny. Do you want to sit down?
Sure. And she'll go and she'll
She
sit down.
pulls her journal over, closes the 2 books, and sets them down. How you doing, Winnie?
I'm okay.
I don't know if I believe you. But...
Yeah, I don't know if I believe me either.
Do you want to talk about something? It's about at this point that Edward would get to the top of the stairs.
Edward walks in and looks over and sees Lada and Renaya sitting together. And all he really does is he looks a little bit awkward. And he just looks and says, "Hello, Lada."
Hello, Edward.
And
can I help you with anything?
No, I'm okay. I'll be sitting over here. If you don't mind. Am I intruding?
A little bit. I think Renaya and I just need to have a little talk real quick. Would you mind just waiting outside for just a little bit? Just a few minutes.
Yeah, sure. And he steps outside.
All right.
At this point, does Cather reach?
Yeah, at this point, Cather, and then quickly followed by Melora, you guys would get to the top of it. But we'll get back to that in just a second.
Gotcha.
So, as you were saying.
Just lots of memories. A lot of good memories. But memories.
Does this make you sad?
Not this. This is nice.
It is nice to have you home. But I don't know. You seem to have mixed feelings about being here. You seem to be happy one moment and then very sad the next.
I don't like thinking about it. But with everything that's happening, I've been having to think about it a lot.
That's fair. It isn't good to just bottle up the emotions. Like, it's good to sit and think and talk about them.
But the only person I can talk to is you.
Well, it's a good thing you have me right now. You have my undivided attention.
But I don't like talking about it to you, because then I don't want to put that on you.
Sweetheart.
You've done so much already.
So? I enjoy it. You think I'm not bored out here? I went from being involved in political affairs and dating a dragon and, slaying other dragons to sitting here writing and reading books. It's not unwelcome company.
I don't really know what to say. I've messed up a few times.
That's okay.
But it's not okay.
Why do you say that?
You know it's not okay.
It is very dangerous, but not unexpected. And you have to give yourself some grace. Otherwise, Otherwise, the temptations and the lack of self-confidence will lead you further astray.
I get that, but what happens when I mess up too many times?
Well, you know what happens. Yeah. But the goal is to make it so that the frequency of these mistakes is minimal. Yeah. So that when it happens, it is a long ways away, or it doesn't happen at all. And while you are preparing for this, you are surrounding yourself by people that will be able to help you and bring you back. I know you don't get along with everybody in this group, but it is very clear that everybody in this group does care about you.
I care about them all a freaking lot. Has Cather talked to you?
Briefly, just a little bit, not a whole lot.
He has some pretty cool things for you.
Oh, does he?
Yeah.
That's very exciting. I like gifts.
Yeah. You might cry, but that's okay.
That is okay. The gift of emotions.
Gift of emotions.
Yes. You're gonna be okay. We're gonna make sure of it, okay? I've been doing a little more research, and she pulls the book that she was reading. This is it is mostly a book of folklores from various different countries and religions and places that all coincidentally line up to a certain extent. I've kind of been composing it for a little while, but it has enough information of it that you can actually glean some of the scientific side of it, enough consistencies and stuff. So I'm doing some research, and I'm putting together some more stuff for us to calculate and to bring into our plans. I'm not quite finished with it. I'm making my way through and finding my observations and everything like that, but just know that I'm still working too. I haven't forgotten. Have you read the book? Of course. Have you read the other one that I wrote you?
Yeah.
Good. Yeah. And how are your meditations going? Your rituals?
They've been fine. I've been spending some extra time.
Good. Well, I think you're doing better than you think you are. All right. Should we see what Edward was thinking? Or should we just leave him out there? I kind of want to just leave him out there.
I kind of want to leave him out there too, but I know that's wrong.
We'll be bad just this once. And she gets up and begins making a drink. Edward, while they have been inside, what are you doing?
Well, is he met with Cather when he walks out the door? Walking up the stairs?
Cather's just coming over the ridge.
All right. How far away is the ridge? Is it, like, close to me?
Like 40 feet or so.
Okay. As Edward leaves, he holds out a hand and says, "Whoa, Cather, I wouldn't go in there. They're having some kind of discussion. Seemed pretty serious. I think we have to wait out here for a while. Or kill time or something."
Right.
Any ideas?
No.
We could just
Or
stand.
you now arrive.
I just keep walking forward towards the house. I just sit on the steps in front of the door. I assume there's steps. There's always steps.
There's steps that lead up to the patio.
Yeah, I just sit on the steps.
Porch.
Walk past Edward.
Wait.
Not.
They're having a conversation. You can't go in there.
I'm not going inside, and I'll sit down as well.
Oh, okay. Then.
Okay.
So we're just gonna sit here. That's fine. And Edward sits down.
Where do you sit down?
Against the wall by the door.
All right.
I'm just gonna wait for Renaya.
Okay.
Because I need to talk to her.
Does Haval show up at any point?
I will begin to try to like pet the sand out of Ginger.
Okay,
Just,
yeah,
like,
definitely.
While sitting,
She
just like
gives a good shake, but you manage to get a good amount done. After about 5 minutes or so, just about at the same time, Tarak, you finish coming up the stairs, and Havel, you guys watch as Havel leaves the building, shakes, and then begins coming back towards the house. But all 5 of you reconvene on this porch.
Wow,
So we're just sitting around.
I stand up and knock on the door.
What are you all doing?
Oh, I think we've been caught.
Oh,
Renaya.
Nobody's home.
Guys, I think it's haunted.
So
Did you hear that?
Lada and Renaya are talking. We're waiting on them.
They're
See
talking
the
in there
porch.
with a ghost?
No, with one another, Tarak.
Maybe we should go let them in.
You've been reading up on comedy.
What?
Maybe a little bit.
You're doing a lot better. And then I'm
That's
gonna go
good.
and answer the door.
Oh,
She
Renaya.
opens the door to
Hi.
all 5 of you.
I fear you are in incredible danger.
Why?
I heard a ghost. It's clearly a liar, because apparently there was someone there, but
Oh,
I don't
right.
know.
okay. Right.
Are you guys about done?
Oh, yeah, yeah, you guys can come in, and she'll kind of open the door.
Great.
Actually, I don't have to necessarily stay around. I don't have much to say to everyone. I have some thinking to do. But, as a token, a partial token, don't worry, there'll be more. As a partial token of my gratitude and all of you doing well, I guess an old friend of mine might have said a bang up job on trying to save me, or in succeeding. I got you all a gift, if you would all receive it individually. Tarak,
Okay.
you might not want to receive it, if I'm going to be entirely honest, but I mean, to each their own.
I like gifts.
very nice of you.
Havel is going to produce the 2 anklets and the other 3 necklaces, and each corresponding color. And I present them. I go, I got these made at a local shop here. They're handcrafted. I chose the shells particularly for each of you. And they're just something really, really small. So you, as a portion of my gratitude, once we get into a much larger city, I will hopefully be able to express how grateful I am in a much more grandiose way. But for the time being, I do hope that this will suffice in all of your eyes, at least momentarily.
Thank you very much, Havel.
I'm going to pass out all of the little seashell jewelries.
Who gets which shells?
Remind me, Ryan, which ones are bracelets and which ones are necklaces? And
So
the sword.
the girls get anklets, actually.
Nice.
They get seashell, they get anklets, and the boys get necklaces.
Okay.
I figured you could tuck it under your armor.
Yeah.
Edward could have it as like a little accessory piece. Tarak could also have it as an accessory piece, or tuck it under his armor. I don't really know. And the girls just are that cute, so they get anklets.
Renaya immediately puts it on.
Melora does as well.
Who gets which shells?
So Drew, you get the kind of bluish one, the like midnight blue one. Edward, you get the white one that that bleeds into amber that I drilled holes into.
I thought so.
Barak, you get the large beige beigeish shell. Renaya, you get the pinkish, like floral pink anklet. And then, if I remember correctly, as far as the color goes for Melora, I think it was like I got like kind of like an auburn-ish colored shell, but I can't remember off the top of my head. There's so many of you guys.
There's 2 pink shells. One of them was like a pink speckled one, and one of them was just like a pink one.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I could have sworn I didn't go with 2 pinks.
Pink speckled,
Flashing.
deep blue. Oh, maybe there's one that fades. White porous, big beige. Yeah, I think there was a one that like fades into like a little. I don't remember. Which kind of shell do you want?
Worst comes to worst, we go back in the episode.
You can make it up.
You can find
Make it up.
on www.
There's an amber shell.
Why not? You know.
Shameless plug.
Let's just say that it's a. What Melora look good with? I mean, she looked good with a lot of things, but what color would accent Melora? I say it's just kind of a kind of like a fall red, if I could like best describe it. You know, like it's like a it's
Like an
same
orangey
color
red.
of an orangey red. You know, like the color of leaves when the seasons are turning.
Nice.
Let's go with that because I feel like that fits Melora.
Edward receives it and says, "Are these holes? They don't look natural."
No, they're natural.
These are natural?
Yes.
Okay. Thanks, I guess.
Yeah.
He
Sea
puts
peckers.
it in his
Sorry.
bag.
Sea peckers.
Great. Anyways, all of you have a wonderful night, and Havel's gonna go for a walk.
Havel, don't go too far, please. We do have to, as a group,
Remember
discuss.
your promise.
Yeah, but we just got you back.
Okay, Havel turns around and is going to.
As he turned to go leave, you all watched as Sassafras made his way up the back of his thigh and over his butt cheek and began going like up his back before he turns around and Sassafras disappears again.
You may go on your walk, Havel. Just didn't go too far.
No. It's okay. I'll stay here.
Maybe just walk around the house.
Havel just kind of sits on the floor and starts reading one of the books that he took.
Okay, so nobody else is doing anything, so I'm gonna keep where's Renaya at right now?
The door, but a little bit out because she put on anklet.
A little bit outside of the door.
Yes.
Okay, I will walk over to her because I assume I'm somewhere in the house, but I will walk over to her and kind of quietly say, "Are you all right? It seemed like there's something else you wanted to say on the beach."
Right.
If you don't want to talk, that's fine. I just wanted to make sure you're all right.
Come inside for a second.
Oh, okay. Come inside.
And they'll kind of like be like, one moment, and then shut the door once Cather's inside.
Do I need to leave? It's okay.
Actually, no, Cather, you have things for Lauda.
I do, yes. Thank you for reminding me.
Yeah.
Lada, I do have a couple things, actually, and I will pull out both the picture, the drawing of Lada, and the journal that we received from Amos's chambers, and I will present them to her. We were able to recover these. Figured you should have them. You are very welcome.
I'll be right back. She begins making her way towards her room.
That was one way to get her to leave.
Was that a mistake? Did I just mess up somehow?
No, it I'm sure it meant a lot. She's just likes to keep composure.
Right. Yeah, yes, Havel.
Okay.
For Ryan's sake, because Ryan's smooth brain.
Uh-huh.
So, where is Havel, Edward, Turak, and Melora currently?
So Edward, Turak, and Melora are on the porch.
They're on the porch? Okay.
Yeah, and yeah, so that's where you guys are all at.
You sat down with us. We were all about to go inside, and then Cather got pulled inside by Naya, and then she closed the door on all of us. And so now we're still standing on the porch.
Havel's gonna just start tumbling then. He's gonna start like practicing his
somersaults.
Yes.
Impressive.
Cool. Continue. I just wanted to know. I didn't know.
You fate. Right.
Uh-huh.
And also like death.
I mean, I don't know if I would say like death so much as I'm okay with it.
Well, no, I meant like as in like also.
I mean, I guess, sure, yeah. I don't know if everyone has ever said that I was like death before, but sure.
No, not as in like you are like as in like fate and also death. Like those are kind of your.
Yes.
Your.
Yes,
things.
I understand now. Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
So, what you said you can I can pick my path.
Mm-hmm.
And I know I can pick my path.
Mm-hmm.
But I also know the outcomes. What if I don't like those outcomes?
That's an interesting thought. Like, you understand where you have to go and you don't want to go there.
I understand where I have to go and I don't want to go there, but I also need to go there because I can't go on the other one.
I mean, I don't know. I've attempted to learn as much as I can, but there are things that I don't understand also. I mean, I choose to follow Destiny's path that has been presented to me, and if it's possible, others, I'm sure, could. But most people, like I said before, make their own path. And I mean, if it's a matter of you feel like you're on a path, I say maybe you just make a new one.
But what if it just leads right back to the same end?
Then I would do everything I can to be okay with that end. Are you afraid of death, Renaya?
Why would you ask that?
Well, a couple times now, you have been very shell-shocked at the presentation of death, and it seems that you have some sort of anxiety when it comes to perhaps thinking about what I believe. Not that I think you do it on purpose, but I think it's very clear that, given the fact you keep talking about the end and not wanting to go there, that seems to indicate something to me.
It's scary. It's a lot of pain, and people hurt even when the hurt is supposed to end, and it's not good. How is something like that supposed to be good?
Some death is painful, yes. But not all of it. And death is... If there were no death, then what would be the point of being alive?
But why is death death? Why is everything in our being tells us to try to stay alive, to survive? Then why it just scares me.
I understand. It's scary to a lot of people. And it's not something that can easily be grasped or handled. And I know, it took me a while to not be afraid. But death is what gives meaning to life. It's what gives life value. If life went on forever, then it would be meaningless. Because it goes on forever. And the purpose of this life is, I think, to be the best kind of person you can be. Because you only really get one life, one shot. And there are at least 8 places that I would like to not go after I die.
Right.
So I'm going to be like perhaps Amos. And be the best person I can be. Maybe I too can come into the gates of Mount Celestia with all the other heroes.
And what happens when that's not enough?
Perhaps you get a second chance. I know I did. Unfortunately, Melora, oh geez, Renaya, I wish I could have some easy answers. Unfortunately, there's also just some things that I don't know right now.
If you learn them, could you tell me?
Of course. That does remind me though, actually. I need your help with something.
What?
I looked towards the door briefly before
I look towards the door.
before looking back at Renaya. I kind of lean in and say a little more quietly. I need you to keep Melora safe.
I mean, that was always the plan.
Yes. There is a lot of pain. But she needs to live. And I might need your help with that. So I need you to promise me something.
Okay.
Her over me. All right?
Okay.
think you can do that?
Yeah, I got an order in my head.
All right. Fates, it seems, does have a path for most people. And I think I am supposed to help that happen. And there is the possibility of something very bad happening to Melora, and I need to stop it.
Just you?
Well, I wouldn't be telling you if I thought it was just me.
Okay, well, if it's Melora before you, it's you before me.
Okay. Thank you.
You're welcome.
I'll give a slight bow.
What are you doing?
I... Oh my goodness. I'm sorry. I figured I was giving my pardons.
Oh, you want to go?
I mean,
Okay.
Unless there's something else you wanted to talk about.
Oh no, I mean, if it was the end of the conversation, that's fine. I was just
I mean-
like, I didn't expect it to be so formal.
I don't do people.
I mean, you're my friend, right?
I don't do people.
Do you consider me your friend?
I care about you a lot. We've been traveling for a long while. You did dump a bunch of water on me and Melora.
Yes, that did
I
happen.
then threw a Haval at you.
That was very impressive, by the way.
I know, I'm very strong. And she's just gonna kind of hold her arms out for a hug.
I will give her a hug. All right.
Okay, I've kind of been kicking everybody out of the house, so I should probably let them over
Yeah,
now.
yeah.
So while they've been having their conversation, have you guys been doing anything out on the porch?
Melora is trying to keep to herself a little bit.
Edward,
Yes.
how do you feel
Drac.
about bats?
Bats?
Yes.
B-A-T-S?
Yeah.
Like the animal.
Uh-huh.
How do I feel about them?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't particularly like them.
Have you
I
ever
don't-
ridden one?
Ridden a bat?
Yeah.
They couldn't hardly handle that, could they?
I mean, what do you mean?
I'm not familiar with rideable bats.
I mean, that's
familiar-
probably because you've never tamed one.
I've never had the thought.
That's unfortunate. That would be a big help.
You haven't ridden a bat. Are you thinking of something
Oh.
else?
Heavens no.
Why?
I haven't.
Why would you ask me that then?
Well, because I need someone who can ride a bat.
Why?
Does Havel hear this?
I mean, I'm not being quiet.
Havel, while like in a handstand, like kind of like walks over on his hands and kind of looks up at Edward, and just goes, "You know, I heard stories that the Drow, on occasion, will ride bats."
Hmm.
Oh,
Are you
the
a drow?
gymnast.
No, I'm not a Drow.
No, he's not a drow. So you're saying that the drow have access to bats big enough to physically ride?
They have access to more than that, I fear.
Oh my.
Hmm.
Like, freakishly large like sand rats?
I will
Dangerous?
tell you this, my friend, and Havel's going to kind of hop himself back onto his feet and kind of lean in kind of like a mocking tone, like kind of like a mocking manner, and look up at him and go, "If the sun didn't exist or rise in the morning, Well, let's just say the drow wouldn't leave anything left of us.
Well, let's be glad that the sun rises then. I guess.
Nafash, as our lady would say. The sun does rise.
It's
She would say that. Now, getting off the topic of bats, he gets it out of his bag and holds up the little seashell thing. How is one supposed to wear this?
Around your neck.
Ah, it's an amulet.
It's a necklace, but sure.
Is it magical?
No, it's decorative.
It's just the shell and some string?
I mean,
It's a
yes.
It's an interesting fashion statement, I'll admit.
It's a sign of our friendship. How about that? Peace
Okay.
amongst comrades.
So I put it around my neck then, yes. And
Yes.
he does that. Would you mind if I wore it under my vest?
No, it's fine. I mean,
Right.
the way you wear it is not of any problem to me. I mean,
I had not considered wearing it actually.
Well, you could
Yes.
try it.
well,
It'd match your getup.
my lord,
Match
did you
your
enjoy
clothes.
yours?
Hey, very much, Havel. Thank you.
Right, thank you. That's nice. So really quick
How long
question.
how
Okay.
long is it gonna take? Sorry to interrupt, Havel. I'm just
No, you're
this is
not.
the second time this has happened.
Well, it's okay. It's okay. Havel is going to he's gonna produce Mage Hand and start doing coin tricks and stuff and like just basic sleight of hand with the Mage Hand. And he's just gonna go, so I was wondering, now that I'm alive, what are we doing now?
Well, as I see it, we have two options. One, kill a dragon. Well,
Not
three
well,
options.
I
That's
took
not
care
an
of that. Actually, I took care of that. We don't have to kill a dragon
You
anymore.
did.
You took care of it.
How
I
do
took
you
care of
know?
that. I know.
That mean
I know these things.
You didn't
You
kill
killed
the
the
dragon on your own,
dragon
did you?
single-handedly?
Oh, I single-handedly killed the dragon.
No, you
Why?
didn't.
You
You'd
know-
have battle scars, undoubtedly.
No, I healed
mean-
them
and just how did you take care of our problem, Havel?
with my trusty rapier and a lot of wit and charm. They'll tell stories about it, really, probably being a
It
lore
would have
book. But
taken
yeah,
you
it-
longer than the afternoon.
I wouldn't put it past him. Well, I mean, he said that he's like, Havel, you said that you like adventured before this, right?
Yes, well, I've traveled a bit. I'm a seasoned man.
Yes, exactly.
Edward looks over to Melora and says, "You weren't helping him, were you?"
I am going to hold my tongue so that I didn't say something that I don't mean.
Okay.
Probably a good plan. Now, speaking of plans, we have two other options that I can think
Perhaps
of.
we should wait for the others before we make a plan.
Well,
Well-
okay, that's fine.
It's about this time that you guys finish your conversation.
Perfect.
Hey, you guys can come inside now.
Oh, thank
Wonderful.
goodness.
I stop Melora before she walks away. I just kind of like grab her wrist and let everyone else continue forward. And I go, I don't mean to be rude. And I'm just trying to have my fun. But that being said, I did take care of the dragon. Now, I didn't kill it.
That's not what I'm worried about.
I took care of it.
Do you remember your promise to me, Havel? Because this
Oh,
conversation,
please,
the
we're
fact,
not. Okay, we can
the
continue.
fact that we're
just...
having it. No. Do you walk away?
He starts to and then stops.
She'll take the earring out
Okay, what? I'm
and she'll hand
sorry.
it back.
Okay. What? I didn't. Okay, listen. Do you want me to
Did you
confide in you?
make a decision without talking to us about it? Without relying on your friends, without the trust involved at this promise?
You're
this
acting
thing
like
that
it was a
I hold in my
groundbreaking
hand.
decision. I saved us time.
I hope so. I hope you did, Havel.
Right. The coin, then. If that's really what you want.
No.
Then trust me. Why is it so blasted hard for each and every one of you to trust me even a little bit? I've been having an uphill battle to do my best for everyone involved.
I trust you. It is just that I have the feeling that with your actions, that you didn't trust me. And you didn't trust the others. And trust is a two-way street. Don't you think so? And yet, you're out here making decisions every day without consulting the lot of us. I trust you, and it hurts when your actions suggest that you didn't trust me enough to ask my opinion. You didn't trust the others enough to tell you what you're doing before you do it. Can you understand how that might be upsetting to someone trying to be your friend?
I didn't know being my friend required you to know my every single thought and action. I just want you to trust me. And if that means that I have to tell you all everything that I plan to do, even if I know deep within my very being that it is best for us. Well, I don't know.
I'm sorry. Can I tell you how it looks from my perspective?
Please.
Every time you've gone and you've done something without telling us, you've gotten into trouble. Every time, Havel. The cup with the shadow monsters. Your curse.
Okay. The cup was... I think
we are
that
not
was
going
more...
to dismiss that because that
happened.
Was,
I feel like that was more correlation than causation. I don't think the cup caused the shadow monsters because, admittedly, I had the cup. If I opened the cup, I don't think more shadow monsters would have appeared. I think it was just a really unfortunate circumstance that I grabbed the cup at the exact same time that the shadow monsters appeared. It was a hag hut.
Right. It was a hag hut. And yet you grabbed the cup.
Don't talk to me like that.
I'm sorry.
If I remember correctly, which one of the lot of us got themselves caught inside a chamber and now are tagged to each other like branded cattle?
You make your point, Havel. And yet, didn't I tell you about it after it happened?
I don't think you had much of a choice.
Right. And if you've so-called taken care of our dragon problem, don't you think that affects the lot of us?
Dude, you know how you could resolve this situation?
And how is that?
Asking me?
I'm pretty sure that's what I'm doing.
No, you're scolding me. You're scolding me and belittling me and making me honestly feel a bit like a child. I don't think I've felt like this since I've been in temple. The coin that the dragon handed me.
Aye.
It had his mark on it. It means he can track it. I faked my death. The coin's lost, deep in the ocean. He'll never know. That's why I paddled miles away from shore. Miles. Just nowhere near this spot. For all he knows, I got lost and eaten somewhere in between here and the island, and that was one of the grandiose guardians that this dragon had.
Sure. Forgive my tone. I didn't mean to scold you, and I do. But suppose the fish dies right here outside the kitchen. Suppose the dragon goes to track the coin. I mean, it's a great idea, and I commend you for thinking about us in that way. But what I didn't want to have happen, and what I was worried about, and what I wanted to talk about, was for the dragon to come to the last place that the coin was and wreak havoc.
The last place that the coin is still miles away in the ocean.
But how do you know it's miles away?
Because I paddled miles away out into the ocean.
Right.
And
miles away off the island.
I shoved it into a fish, and then
you did
tossed
what
the fish.
Now?
Yes, don't worry about it. I shoved it into a fish, tossed it into the air, and then a much bigger fish caught it. So I can only imagine that a much bigger fish is going to go after that fish, and then we're going to have a grand cycle of things now, aren't we?
Thank you for asking a lot of us what we thought about it.
Laura.
Aye?
Do you hate me? Be honest with me. No, I don't want these
Do you honestly
No.
Stop.
No. I'm curious. I don't know. I don't think I've ever had friends that have been so distrusting of me. And it does kind of hurt a little bit, if I'm going to be honest. It makes me feel, well, kind of useless. You know, I used to run a business. I used to be in charge of people. I like to think at least that I could make good decisions. That's where I got all the money. But I don't know, maybe you're right, maybe I'm... I apologize. Still getting used to it all.
Do you really think that I hate you? That I would go through the trouble of worrying about where you've been and where you've gone if I hated you?
I don't think you hate me. I don't think you hate me. I just figured I'd ask. I think... I don't know. Do I annoy you? Irritate you a little bit? I mean, I do have that effect on people, but...
Remind me of someone.
I remind you of someone.
Aye.
Let me guess. From a perspective... I apologize. Continue, sorry.
No, what were you going to say?
I was just going to say, I mean, from the information that I've gathered, I can only imagine that it is either a dashingly handsome, swashbuckling rogue of some sort, or a child. And I'm not entirely sure which one it is. I can only hope that it is the former. No. As you were saying.
As I was saying, Haval. Is that I have lost everyone I've ever cared about throughout my life. So when I come across people that I find that I do care about, that just seem to get themselves into danger, like it's what they want to do. I didn't know how to take it. And perhaps I'm projecting a bit, and I'm sorry for that if I am, but this person that you remind me of, I just wonder if it had been different if they had trusted me and they had told me where they were going.
How does that feel?
Which part?
Loss.
I try not to feel it, actually. Not until I have to.
I never really had anything to lose in my life.
Would not recommend it.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry. And I'm also sorry for coming off like I didn't trust you or anything like that. And in fact...
I wouldn't blame you.
In fact, you're right to point the finger back at me.
I got a bit of... Okay, we're holding up the group. Let's agree that we're both a little riled up right now, for whatever our reasons are. We're sorry. And hopefully I can do better, and you'll do better by me doing better. We won't be at each other's throats so much, and maybe I'll do better at communicating. I'm not the head of a business anymore. I am a part of a unit.
I do think it was a good idea with the coin. I
mean, it was dumb luck, really.
I just appreciate knowing what you're going to do.
Well, after you.
As you guys walk in, you overhear Edward saying to Tarak, Tarak, the drow, they don't eat the bats, do they?
No, why would you eat bats?
You
They're
eat
much
sand
too large
rats.
and way too stringy.
Bats are like rats with wings.
Renaya is trying to make soup.
I'm
The
helping.
most basic soup.
I'm helping.
And is not letting people help.
Okay.
Like, Cather is helping, but Renaya is insisting that he's not helping.
Sure. I need a distraction.
So you guys walk into the conversation and the variety of different activities going on. You guys walk in and you can see that these two are tense, but okay. Yeah.
Right. Since you guys are done and we're all here finally, we do need to figure out what it is we want to do next.
Do we want to wait till food is ready?
We don't.
Almost ready.
We don't.
Cather, don't touch that.
Just because we have a lot on our agenda, so to speak, and we need to make some decisions here.
Edward looks at Cather with wide eyes and holds up the OK sign.
Oh my god.
And the thumbs up.
I will sit down and wait for Renaya to serve the soup.
What type of soup?
Cather, what did we put in it?
Well,
there were potatoes. I did see potatoes.
Potato.
I was thinking maybe like potato. Are there any vegetables that grow here?
Sure.
Potato.
And I'm thinking corn.
Some corn, maybe some carrots.
And some carrots.
Starch.
Hey, shush. And then I'm thinking maybe some chicken.
It's good.
Yes,
Yeah.
sea chickens.
And
fish.
That's called salmon.
I'm sure there's a small chicken farm somewhere on this cliff.
It's called salmon's chicken.
Yeah, salmon is the chicken of the sea.
Most of their food is actually imported, but yes.
Hey, I thought tuna was the chicken of
I'm
the
bringing
sea.
It's
bowls
all
over.
the chicken of the sea.
Everything tastes like chicken anyway.
It's true.
No, it's not true. Seafood all sucks.
No, DJ, you just have the palate of a 5-year-old.
Do bats
I
taste
said
like
it.
chicken, Tarak? I'm sorry.
I have brought over the last bowl and am seated.
Perfect.
Nice.
So
I stand and eat.
Why you stand? I don't understand.
okay. Anyway, Haval. So guys,
Yeah, we're planning.
obviously we all have enjoyed to varying degrees being here, and it's great that Havel is healed now. But now we have to deal with the very real fact that Prazius has been here and is the cause
What?
of some very bad things.
Hold on.
What do you mean he's been
Wait
here?
a second. Yeah, that was a-
Melora puts her
kinda came out
face
of
in her
nowhere.
hands.
He came here and killed Amos. That was already established.
Ah,
Well, I
Right.
thought you
Yeah.
I
meant
think
here.
it was him.
That one.
I thought you meant here, like
Well, okay,
like
so
in this town.
I was scared
regardless,
too.
regardless.
Sweat beads down Melora's
Hey,
Just like
just saying. That was not a slip up. That was literally that Amos killing or Prazius killing
I
Amos
mean,
is exactly what I was going
knew where
for.
you were coming from, Drew, but everyone else was just like, "Whoa."
I picture Ginger face palm.
I was with you.
So we need to figure out what we want to do because we know close to nothing about him, and he's causing some very real issues.
If only there was a place that amasses knowledge about everyone and everything around the world.
Well, I was going to say, Edward, Havel, Renaya, you guys have been in the Blind Nations the longest. Is there a place that you guys know of that has a mass library?
Well, the archives in Morentia are pretty vast, but I don't think they'd have anything on Prazius.
The orphanage had a pretty good library, but I don't think anything we're looking for.
I mean, and are there any like people we know who would be like trying to gather information of the current political scale?
PJ,
I'm sure.
I mean DM, same thing.
Yes.
The library I need to go to is in Morancia, right?
No.
I should write this stuff down.
No.
Where is it?
No, it's on the far side of the country. I'm pretty sure.
It's south. It's south.
I'm trying to find
desert,
the exact
right?
name of it. It's in it's in Elon Ryan.
Yeah,
I'm just
Okay,
out
as
here.
long as it's not there, that's fine.
I'm just out here like, man.
Edward says,
And if
wherever,
only there was a library.
wherever the closest city that's not Athala, that makes the most sense to me. And there will be political conversation to be had with the people there.
I'm sorry, where? What?
Where
The
do you know
nearest
where?
major city.
Right. What
That's
is
not
that?
Athala.
So
That's
we're
a great
going.
question that I would know. I know that answer. But I'm just waiting for the DM to chime in so that I can say which city indeed is the nearest city.
Let's see. What would be the nearest
Do you
city?
not have the map, buddy?
Nearest-ish.
In there. Okay.
God.
He just starts digging through a 10-foot tall stack of papers.
Oh, that's literally my life.
Welcome to the segment of
No,
Dungeons and
okay,
Dragons
we're cutting him
where
off.
Mm-mm.
Havel has something
Yay.
to say.
flips through every book he owns. Sorry, now you can go.
Havel doesn't really have something to say, but I can make something to say.
Well, I mean, I do.
Do you want to say something, Tarek?
No, not really. I mean,
Okay.
are you going to say something, Havel?
I can say something. I don't know if you do. You want to say something?
No, you go first. You're fine.
You want me to go first?
No, you can go first. You said you had something to say.
I've never been known. I've only ever been known to be a gentleman. So please, you continue.
I've never been known
You've
to be a
only
gentleman.
been known as a gentleman?
Did you just, Edward? I'm sorry. Come again.
Nothing.
This is
That's
going
not what we're
very
talking
well.
about.
Anyway,
I'm
Right,
supposed to not be
um,
talking right now anyways.
Okay. So, Edward, while you sort through your mind books on where we can find more books, yeah, I would actually greatly appreciate it if we actually didn't go to Morency right now. Also on top of that, does anyone by any chance have any Ardronite? Just really just throwing it out there. I'm just curious.
Why would we be carrying all
why would you need Aldramite?
I don't know. We have 2 arcane users.
Okay, that I don't know if that answers
For a
the
thing?
question. What type of thing?
Like a thing.
like a magic thing?
Yeah, I mean, yes,
Scholar's
Havel,
Guide.
it's an
Havel, I
old.
don't want to
old-
know
it's like
what
an
you
older
want
magic
Aldernite
thing, yeah.
for. That stuff is
I
not
want to
something
know
to be
what you
trifled
need
with.
Aldramite for.
And it's quite
Wait, Havel's
pricey. Why would
just
we
gonna
be
sit
carrying
there.
this?
Have you talked to Lada? Lada's very
Havel's gonna,
resourceful.
no, well,
has a lot of things.
I did talk to Lauren. She doesn't have any more Ardronite. She
You
used
talked
it.
to Lada? What?
Yeah. Havel's just gonna look over at Melora and be like, I'll talk later. We'll talk later.
I might, if I pull some strings, and I'm careful, I might be able to get us some.
I mean,
But
it's
I don't
fine. I mean,
trust
if
you
we
with
don't,
Aldernite.
why not? Just need a little bit.
What are you going to make with Aldernite? A super
I'm not gonna
lockpick?
No, I'm not gonna make anything.
You're just
But
gonna
it
have Aldernite.
doesn't have
That might
something?
explode.
No. Why would it explode?
Yes.
One, having it here would be the worst case scenario, and Lara did great. Like, high moisture, she did great. She didn't expose it to anything. We were fast. It was awesome.
What did you do?
I don't
Lada showed
even
me a
want to
magic
know.
trick.
What magic? Which one? Is it the one where you can make the like little paper things?
Origami?
Havel's gonna go up to his bag.
Mounts to rigamy.
He's gonna
I'm pretty
grab...
sure it's already on track.
No, that's oregano. Havel's
I
gonna
thought it
go
was
to his...
Oregon.
Havel's gonna
Organs?
Origins?
Havel's gonna go to his bag.
Orbeez.
Or Gaians.
You freaking... I hate this. He's gonna...
Did you say Orbeez? Are those canonical?
Anyway.
No.
Anyway.
DJ, you gotta find
Havel's gonna
that
grab
map,
the
bro.
frickin'
You're
pictograph
divulging into
thingy.
madness.
What is
Correct.
that?
Havel's gonna grab the pictograph thingy, and he's just gonna go... Oh, my mic is falling. No.
Okay, we're gonna go with insert name here because apparently I can't find the freaking map that I.
Somewhere in Elon Ryan.
Oh well, the name of the library is the Scholar's Guide. If that's what you're looking for. I thought you guys were looking for the name of the nearest city, a major city aside from Athala.
That was me. So the big boy library is
The
that
Scholar's Guide in
Gotcha.
the deserts of Elon Ryan.
We don't know where that is.
Elon Ryan is south of you guys.
No, I mean the Scarlet's Guide. Okay. I pull out the pictograph thingy. Just go, this, I need it for this, okay?
Have I seen it before?
Once or twice, but
I don't know
not
what it
in a
does.
while.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, no.
What does it do?
Should I give it to you?
Yeah, she gave it to me. I mean, apparently it's just been sitting and picking up dust, and considering the fact that it consumes Aldernite at a ridiculous rate, this is such an expensive product to have. Honestly, there's 10 times more efficient ways to go about this spell, and whoever manufactured this either A, knew nothing about the arcane, or B, was pressed on a lot of supplies, and considering the fact that this thing is old, I can only assume that it was both.
Liam. I don't know, like a dragon maybe?
Right.
No, it was definitely human craft.
That's fair. Anyway,
So,
planning.
It shows people. That's all it does,
So-
really.
Great.
like a scry?
Havel, we need
Yes,
to
but
work on
worse.
you getting to the point faster.
Okay, so if
just
we
wanted
don't
to say
know of
something.
any place that we can go, do we feel comfortable going back to Athala and just trying to find information by ourselves? I mean, that
Edward
seems like
looks
a really bad
wide-eyed
idea.
at Cather and starts doing the like neck cut thing and shaking his head like a little bit.
Well, do you want to be helpful, Edward?
I mean,
Yes.
Then please, share something.
Listen, I don't think we should go back to Athala. It's not the best idea.
Part.
So I say that we go to a library.
Okay. Can we focus on what exactly we have in terms of options? Now, I'm going to lay them out as far as I can see them. Please don't stop me because I will lose my place. So 1, we do nothing. Stay here. Maybe I don't know, we could return to the island, explore it, hang out with creepy things and maybe die. That's option 1. Option 2, go somewhere else. Specifically look for are we really focused on this whole Prazius guy? Is that kind of our main goal? You can speak. That won't interrupt me here.
Yes.
Great.
That
That was a really good answer. I'm proud of you. That was like one word to the point. So, Prazius, big problem. Got to deal with him. Go somewhere, try to figure something out. Maybe we just wander for a bit. That might work. Maybe one of us will randomly think of something on the trail, and then we will end up somewhere that teaches us things. Option 3, go back to Athala and uproot a government.
Track actually has a point.
What about, is there an option 4?
Death.
The library.
That was option 2.
Oh, okay.
Do you know of a library that we could go to?
I mean, I did say the archives of Marentia are pretty vast.
But you also said like not to go there, didn't you?
Well, I just okay. Listen, I have problem. I love home. Don't get me wrong, but it actually like.
I mean, it's fine. I'm just saying, if you don't want to go to Marencia, then we don't know another library.
Maybe I just left Marencia. Maybe just like.
I'm not faulting you
Like,
for it.
if I could stay on vacation for a little bit, that'd be great.
I'm sure there's a library in the insert closest city here.
Maritan.
Maritan. I'm sure there's a library in Maritan. Here's what I'm thinking.
In Maritime?
If we care about Prazius, more specifically, the state of the current government, if we care about that, then it would make sense for us to go perhaps speak with some people who might know, and not only that, but hopefully find some records on whatever happened. These things do not happen overnight, unless something really big occurred. So I'm sure we could figure something out if we at least find people who were around when it happened, unlike us. Does that make sense?
Now, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I was just thinking. So there were. I'm not terribly familiar with the structure of civilization here. I'm not from here, but there were like three cities or something like that. 3 or 4, 5. How many? Like 2.
Are you speaking
like
of what
3.
the
Well,
dragon heads represented?
there were 3 cities of the Blind Nations.
Okay. If we want to know what happened between the blind nations, could we go to a different blind nation?
Yes.
Would they know better than some random town that happens to be nearby?
That actually is a great segue from the point that I was going to make. If we wanted to topple the government, love it. Great plan. All about it. Honestly, put this Prazius guy's head on a pike for all I care. Great. But we are... Let us be realistic here. We're 6 nobodies. And we are not going to effectively kill Prazius by ourselves, I fear. Especially if he has allies along with him. So, idea. We go. Or somewhere, I don't know. East. And we... I don't know, schmooze some other governments of the other blind nations. Create allies. And then we create an insurgence. And then Tarak. The grand plan that you've spent so long planning out with the wonderful map that I created, we siege Othala.
I mean, honestly, I was thinking something relatively similar, except I figured that we would just start with the inside.
So, if I'm getting this right, you're both implying that we commit treason with potentially another nation against our home nation.
It's only treason if you are part of the nation.
Yeah, Edward, I think you're the only person who's from Othala.
You're the only one with ties.
And it's also only treason if we lose.
That is not a bad idea if we go to one of the other 2 cities. Because I'm sure they're not very happy with Othala right now.
Nations,
If one state commits treason and we save that state by, toppling the government, is that still treason, or is that just...
I don't think
I'm starting
it's
to
treason.
catch on. So maybe it would be a good idea. I think it'd be a good idea to understand more of how people feel around here. But I think you do make a good point. It would probably be a good idea to understand how outsiders perceive it. Because it could be different there.
So, what is the nearest city that is in one of the other 2 blind nations?
DJ?
That's right. Whip out that map.
No, it's Marencia.
Ah, well. Ugh.
Valencia is
What about the other one?
Is the next closest city.
The other one would be okay. So you guys could go up to.
Okay,
the country
we
of
can go to
Athene.
Marencia.
Well, no.
Fine.
You don't have to. That would just be the closest like major
Wring
city.
my neck out already.
That would just be like the closest major city. You guys could go back through Vianola, or you could go through La Stella, the Horned Elf Nation, to get to Athene, which is the third blind nation, and visit their capital of. If I remember correctly, it's
Visit
So-
Cather's boyfriend.
So we
I'm
have
his favorite. He said so.
so we have a Thane.
Get wrecked, Catherine.
Where did my pencil go? So okay,
I
so
mean, I'm down for either one.
so we have a Thane, right? And
Yes.
then, and then what was the other
We
one?
have Anna Jarl.
So the countries that are part of the blind nations would be Oclaron, which is which the capital of that is Athala. It would be East Bravania, whose capital is Marencia, or it'd be Athene, whose capital is Vikaran.
Vikaran.
Bike that ran.
Like a
Stop
van.
doing that.
Try a
Vix.
tan.
Valencia and all right. And Marencia is the closest one.
Technically.
We
Okay.
can go to Marencia if we need.
I mean,
Honestly, I think if we just want to figure out what happened, going all the way to, what was it, Athene?
Thane.
Athene, going all the way there, that seems like a little bit of overkill, in my opinion.
I
We
mean,
can go.
well, yeah.
We can
And I
go
do
to
want to be clear, our goal is not to create an uprising here. Our goal of going to Marencia is simply to learn what happened, so that we can make
It's
the next...
to gain allies so we can topple the government.
Oh my. Well, you can count me out of that.
I mean,
let's just start with gaining information. And we'll
You're
go
the
from there.
worst journalist I think I've ever met.
All right.
Don't
I'm-
worry about it.
So
I'm a
Havel.
little lost. What are
Yeah.
we? There were so
We're
many
going
options.
back to my house.
We're going to Havel's house.
We're going to my house, everyone.
And why are you opposed to that?
Because that means I have to say hi to my dad.
Wait,
And that's gonna be awkward.
will we get to meet him?
Now,
understand.
now hold on. Though your father is what is he again? I don't think you've ever told me.
A priest.
All right.
Oh.
Of what kind?
And don't call him my father in front of him. He will actually he'll probably backhand me or try to.
All right. And
What should we call him then?
Father Grendale. He's everyone's father.
so we
apparently.
can't call him.
father.
So he's my father?
All right.
Yes.
So
Never met my father.
Grendale, what is he a priest of?
Oh, knowledge. In general.
All
If
right.
that's what you're asking.
And so, is there a chance that he? I mean, that
Yes,
sounds like
his
a promising...
archives are vast. I did say he runs one of the
Oh.
larger temples within Marencia, and his archives are fairly vast. So if we're looking for information, I mean that's where I learned everything. I literally was locked up in a basement for at least 5 years of my life, just reading and rewriting books, transcribing things. Oh my god, the amount of Elvish that I've read.
All right. So that is an actual, like, a real plan.
So we go to
Yeah,
Marencia.
yes, I suppose we go to Marencia.
We talk to our dad, and then
Havel's going to leave the room momentarily.
That's weird. I'm sure he'll
He
be
walks
fine.
out and he goes, "I just need a moment," and he just walks out.
Now, okay, what
He's gonna pace the building.
what sort of cities, like smaller cities, and are there along the way?
yeah, pull out that map again.
Map, dude. So there are a lot of cities along the roads. You guys would follow the Obsidian Road back out east for a good portion of it. And so there's lots of little cities around there. You know, you could make little detours to go down around the lakes. You would have to, depending on, so if you're going to Marencia, you don't have to worry about the Valley of Kings. So I'll have to go up to there.
Ooh.
So yeah, there's lots of little cities that you could stop in and
Good.
get some respite in.
Havel, you hear Havel scream outside.
Oh, is she in
And-
danger?
And then he comes back.
Bust out through the door.
No, he comes back inside. He goes back inside, and he's just like, so,
You screamed. Are you in danger?
to myself, do any of you guys know sending or anything like any spell that I can contact someone with? I just just
I can yell kind of loud.
no, that's not gonna help.
I don't think I know.
And name's a
anything.
third
I
level spell.
have paper that writes specifically to Lada.
Can you ask Lada if she knows
I'll
anything
go find Lada.
that can help me contact
I'm
someone?
gonna go find Lada.
What do you need to contact?
My dad, apparently,
Oh.
Father Grendale. He's going to hear me one of these times. I don't know how, but he's going to know, and he's going to like call God on me or something.
So, Runa, you go back over to the door for Lada's room, and you go to knock, and you pause for just a moment as you can hear her giggling and crying.
Me too.
Mood.
Head back to the group.
Okay.
Maybe in a little bit. She's a little preoccupied.
Right. Now, just so we're not throwing all of our eggs into one basket, do we have any other real ideas?
Oh no.
It was really hard to get to this one.
Well, we can't do anything here, unfortunately.
I think our
Are we-
decisions are split between find or go to the library and meet our dad, and go to Athala just right off the bat,
Which I don't think
end
is a
up
good
with the
idea.
government. I actually have relative knowledge of how to do so.
Melora.
Yes, but correct. The problem is Prazius likely does have his own minions of sorts that keep him safe and help him
I mean, yeah.
in running the city, and we probably can't take
Oh,
them
I
all
don't.
down just
No,
ourselves.
why would we? No, you. Okay, leave the city sieging to the experts.
Oh,
All
are
right.
we... Havel, you were saying something?
And it doesn't have to be now. Can I talk to you in a little bit? Just briefly.
Okay.
It'll only be a moment.
Sure. Would you like to now?
Can we?
Alright. She'll get up and she'll head towards the door.
It'll only just be a moment, guys. Just a few minutes.
Well,
I'm
that's
sorry.
fine.
I was going to like. Havel looks deflated. Like,
Well, I would like to make sure, Havel, your father,
Havel's
Yeah.
walking out the door and stops and turns around.
he has more than one room in his house, right?
He lives in a temple.
Nice. All right, thanks. Sorry.
I can secure a place for us to stay. Don't worry.
Real quick, Renaya's gonna look to Catherine and Tarak. Kind of glance at Edward, but mostly looking at Catherine and Tarak. Are we wanting? When are we wanting to go?
I mean,
It's
Catherine,
it's probably gonna be the sooner the better. I mean,
I'll say the same.
I'd say probably best if we stay here for one more night and get going in the morning.
I would also like to say, real quick, I don't think that this is probably the best option because it's probably ways. But in fact, if this option doesn't provide fruitful, or if we'd like a more grand understanding of the whole picture, which sometimes could be helpful, I do know that there's a pretty large, very ancient library called the Scholarship Guide. I think it might have been mentioned recently.
No.
Brief
no,
Scholar's Guide.
no. There we go.
Scholars Guide. Dang.
Scholastic Guide.
Scholastic Guide.
That's an Elon Ryan. Now that would give us history, my friend. We would be set. But
So
I
did
would
you
like
not
to
know
be
about
there
this
someday? But
when you when we were explaining options, and we were like, "Man, does anyone know a library?" You didn't think of it then.
Well, here's the deal. This is quite far away, and it probably wouldn't be easy to get to at first. So it's a little bit overkill, again, as I said.
It's not easy. We're attempting to take down. When did easiness come to play? I'm sorry, I'm being
When did it
rude.
not come into play?
Edward, do you know about how far away it is?
DJ?
How many days of travel?
Do I know?
DJ, pull out the map. Get your ruler out.
So, Elon Ryan is the furthest south country on Talira. And let's see.
So it's very
You
far
guys
away.
are up over there. No, yeah, well, Elon Ryan is probably about a month's travel, maybe like 6 weeks.
Okay.
I don't
So-
know. How to do
Just-
this.
So, because it's so far away, I'm thinking if we think we need to, someday I'd like to see it. I'd like to be there. It's a well of knowledge, but I'm just throwing that out there. If we don't get enough at
That is pretty
Havel's
far
father's
away.
place. But Havel's father's place is clearly a great option. Don't get me wrong. A knowledge priest that's already in a temple. We have political acquisition. We have knowledge. It's an inn. We could know everything we need.
No, it's a temple.
Oh, you know what I mean.
I'm
So-
yeah. Go ahead.
Havel and Melora. You guys step outside and are hit with the salty, somewhat chilling breeze as you guys step out into what is quickly becoming the night. You step outside and you face each other to have your conversation.
I'm panicking. You know when we went through that portal and we got delved deep into an ocean and we drowned. I feel like I'm drowning.
Your mic is muted.
Melora, cat cut your tongue.
Hello.
Hello.
Got it.
Ginger takes her paw out of Melora's mouth.
Squirrel got your tongue. I feel like I'm drowning.
All right. Would you like to sit?
Actually, let's go for a walk. Can we go for a walk? Is that okay?
Sure. We'll have
Sure.
to stay within.
We'll keep it
120
short.
feet.
I honestly just don't want to talk next to the house. I don't know. I just
All right. Sure.
go like 100 feet. Just to give Cather some breathing room. And I was just gonna lay down, like on the grass or whatever. He's just gonna lay there and he's just gonna stare at the sky.
Melora will sit crisscross applesauce. Okay. Would you like to talk about it, or do you just want some company?
You're going to hate me.
I'm sure I'll be fine. What's the
I mean,
problem?
you have plenty of reasons to already not
Out
trust
with
me.
it. What is it?
Oh God.
Is this when Havel finally admits that he's part of the mafia?
Oh. So you know how I occasionally just walk away and
Aye.
like start talking about someone, or I like speak to the sky like I'm talking to someone that I'm spiteful towards.
Aye.
Well, that gentleman, I'm talking to someone in particular. And that gentleman and I go way back, months to be exact, but not super far back, I guess. I don't know. Oh God. I don't know how to put this. If I'm going to be entirely honest, I feel like I'm going to throw up.
All right, just.
So.
Can I do anything to make you more comfortable?
Could you run an arrow through my head, please?
I will not be doing that.
That's my preference. I require a quick and orderly death.
All right. What we're not going to do is wallow. Just tell me what's going on.
The gentleman that I talked to is something. I'm going to assume he's Fey. I don't know, to be exact. He has teeth and claws and talks very creepily.
I'm familiar.
Yes, right. What is up with all of them having that? And his name is Qatar.
All right.
And the reason I know him. Oh no. Okay. I should probably say this in front of everyone else. No, we'll gauge response, Melora. You'll tell me whether or not I should.
All right.
Because you're bound to find out anyways.
By the way, side note, Ryan, Drew approves of this decision.
You're bound to find out anyways, purely for the fact that we have to see my father.
Sure.
I'm not a tiefling. Yeah, I'm
That's
not.
why you keep getting your horns stuck everywhere.
The other new. No, they're a new addition for me. Yeah, I'm not a tiefling. Yeah.
And so, what you're worried about is that your father will not recognize you?
Oh no, he'll know me by my ridiculous demeanor. But I guess I just didn't want you acting surprised when we show up and
Your portraits inside and look like...
yeah. I looked very different in this.
If you didn't mind me asking, what were you born as?
Nothing special.
Try me. What?
It's just human. There's nothing special. It's human. Now, probably one of the most, just skillful humans you've probably ever met. And my dashing good looks do still continue. But, I'm not a tiefling. Yeah, no. I this is a new development for me. But I haven't always been one. Fitting, actually, honestly.
I will not pry, but if you ever want to talk about why or how you came to be one, I offer no judgment on you.
I had nothing to lose. That's the simple of it. The reason why I did it is because I had nothing to lose. And I figured...
Was it your choice then to become one? Or just a...
So you're going to call me stupid, and I don't want you to call me stupid because you've been already calling me.
What if I promise not to use
You're going to yell at me.
What if I promise to try my best not to raise my voice above a certain threshold?
I would call me stupid if I'm going to be honest, but
Try me.
I'm a very capable person.
Hmm.
I'm a
Did
very
you
capable
touch
person.
something you weren't supposed to?
No. Okay, no.
Uh-huh.
No.
All
Everything that I touch is gold. But I'm just really pushing it hard, aren't I? So I had nothing to lose. Quite literally. It'd been a couple of years since I stepped foot back in everything
Sure.
and saw my dad. And I figured that everyone would be better off not ever seeing the old me ever again. So I went into the woods and I talked to Guitar. He found me. He told me that I was in his territory and I should leave. And I told him that I owned the property, and then we got into a huge argument over that. And anyways, who really owns anything? And then I asked him what he was capable of, and he said he could grant things to people for the right price.
What did you want from you?
I managed to talk him down to a favor. The problem is that he can call upon that favor whenever he wants at any given moment.
He has
And I have to say yes.
Already?
No, he came very close. He came very close. When I came closer, the closer I came to dying, the closer he was to having his way.
Right. Okay, so...
But in exchange, I got my freedom.
We didn't have to see your father if you didn't want to, Haval. We can stay at an inn in the city.
No, we have to see him. He quite literally works at one of the... He not works. He runs one of the largest, if not possibly the largest, knowledge temple, specifically of Aprion. In there. And no other knowledge temple is going to let you in without...
I see. I was going to say we didn't have to reveal your identity if you wish to stay free. I mean, really.
Well, it's fine if he knows me, if he knows who I am as a different person. I mean, he'll probably be very disappointed. Then again, that is a very common theme with most people nowadays, and me. But how do you think everyone else would handle this if I told them that I've been lying to them this entire time? I don't
know really. I think Tarak will judge, but it may take a few minutes for him to understand. Edward, he also will probably not understand for a little bit, or he'll have many questions that you may not feel comfortable answering, and he won't understand why. And
I mean, it was quite an experience. I saw something that I never thought I'd ever see.
Which was what?
Have you ever just, watched your own body decay? Like, just get bored by the earth?
In a dream?
No, this was real. Like, this is 100%
real. It's hard to differentiate nowadays what's a dream and what's actually happening to me, so there's that. So I may understand to a certain extent. Which brings me to another apology that I have. Perhaps I'll also use you as a gauge for a reaction for the information that I hold.
Okay.
So,
Havel sits up, crisscross.
You're right to point a finger at me, actually. Prazius is hunting me.
Okay.
And he knows where I am. And he was here last night.
Okay.
And he wants to take me to his master, as it were. So...
Well, okay. So this is a bad thing, but at the same time, this could be a very good thing, right? When we hunt Prazius, we can just...
It will be very easy to find him.
Dangle you off a stick.
Right.
So to speak.
I suppose that is a good way to go about it. My only problem is if we wish to form a coup, or we wish to, form allyships with other countries, he is going to know where I am.
He knows where you are. He doesn't know what you're doing.
Perhaps not, but he will find me, and he could easily find out. He knows my name, and I didn't know how he got it.
He was here, actually, for an extended period of time. When did he, teleport here or something? That kind of magic exists where he can just walk in here? What? Come on.
I didn't know. I just know that I was with Cather, and I fell asleep. I woke up, and he was there, and he touched a tree. The tree in town, and it decayed a bit. And apparently his master is looking for me, or something of the sort, and they didn't take kindly to traitors, and he knew my name.
Do you have any history with him?
I'm afraid that a large chunk of my memory I didn't have. So there is a very large possibility that I do, and I just didn't remember it.
Right. Amnesia. I've run into people like that. So I'm sure all of us can agree, and I'm not speaking for everyone else, but and aside from Edward, because he has the courage of a sunflower, and that's speaking down on sunflowers.
I bring it up in part Haval because when I first took from him, I also didn't have anything to lose. But now I do. And he was here. And if he had tried to do something to me or to Cather, I didn't know if I would have been able to stop it. And now I do have something to lose. I have several things to lose. So forgive me if I get aggressive, or if I get worried, or if I come across as just an intense person, because I didn't know how to handle when I care about people now. When they have what seems to be the desire to be in danger, I can't understand it. But anyways, I didn't know how to tell the party because I have unknowingly and yet partially knowingly endangered them, and Prazius is going to follow me, and it would be just so much easier if I just was in the position to be able to just give myself over, because then no one else would be in danger, and then the problem would be seemingly fixed for at least a little while, and I could figure out
No, we can't have that.
Why not?
Because you're tethered to Cather. If he pulls you, Cather dies probably. So it's either you both go or only one of you is going out. And I tell you this, Cather is not going out without swinging.
Well, if there's only one of us, then it will be me.
Melora.
Aye?
We just traveled. Almost died to a dragon. Killed some worm. And partied with a mass of undead. So I wouldn't die. What makes you think that we wouldn't go to such lengths, if not more extremes, to try to keep you from falling the same fate?
It is not that I didn't think you would. It's that I know you would.
Well, then stop being selfish.
Selfish in what way?
You... It's easy for you, isn't it?
Which part?
The idea that you can just give yourself up, and then all of your worries, all of the struggle goes away. It's not going to be so easy. Unfortunately, we care about you too, which means that you have to put up with it all. You're going to have to suffer through some pain and discomfort and worry, because we're going to suffer through some pain, discomfort, and worry. After you're gone, what do you think's going to happen? Say for some reason, say miraculous event happens, you and Cather just umbilical cord cut.
Gonna know.
And you get whisked away. We would do nothing. We would, in every sense of our power, do our best to try to bring you back. No matter what that meant. We're in this together, Melora.
I can't ask you to do that for me. Nor Cather, nor Renaya, nor any of you. I did this.
No.
Why should you have to do something for me when it's my fault?
Who sat in the chair?
That's not fair.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I did sit in the chair. None of you guys sat in the chair. You didn't have to come this way. None of you guys did. Honestly, the first time that I yelled at Renaya, any of you guys had to stick around me. We didn't have to help Renaya find the kid. Why are we doing any of this, really? If we didn't care about each other, why are we still here? It's not about should we, can we, why would we, why wouldn't we? Come on. I mean, pardon my bluntness, but we're the closest thing that you have to family. Edward, I don't know, he was getting real weird back at his house. Cather's far from home. Tarak is on a pilgrimage or something, and Renaya has an adoptive mother and a dragon papa. I don't have family. My family is either dead or doesn't care about me. My real family.
I know what that's like.
Exactly. So we become each other's family. And we put ourselves through the worst of the worst because, man, we care about each other and man, does it suck.
I'm afraid.
Me too. Melora.
Aye.
It's okay to be afraid. You're in the presence of a coward.
How so?
It's a really long story.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, I mean, I vaguely remember having a conversation with you while I was drunk.
We should do that again.
If we go to Morenci, trust me, that was the light stuff. But I had a conversation with you when I was drunk, and I failed some people. Not because I could have stopped it. I could have stopped it. I chose to run. I killed a lot of them, pretty much. And if they're not dead, well, they're in a hole they'll never get dug out of.
We are more alike than I thought, Haval.
Yeah, we're a bunch of fools and messes, aren't we?
I suppose. It's a conversation for another time, I suppose. But
Speaking about things that terrify me. Can you reach into a pocket for me really quickly?
Sure.
The coin. Do you have the coin?
I do.
Yes. Put that in your boot and never ever touch it while you're in Morencia. Don't. Ever. If someone comes up to you asking for your money and the boots that you wear, I would sooner you kill them than let them have their way. Like, do not, whatever you do not ever show that thing in Morencia, please. By the gods.
I will not ask why. I will not pry.
No, I'm not going to tell you why. I'm telling you.
You're not. That's why I'm not going to ask. But
don't
alright.
Don't do it.
In my boot.
In your boot. Yes. Wonderful. Okay. Do we want to go back so I can tell everyone that I'm not actually a tiefling?
Do we want to go back so I can tell everyone that Prazius is hunting me?
Yeah, we'll do it in arms. You and I both. Come on.
Alright. Will you go first? Because I kind
yeah, sure. We'll ease them into it.
Maybe if you go first, then mine will not seem so bad.
White lie. Gray lie, and then
purple
death.
lie, as it were.
Okay, now you're just being cheeky.
Alright, come on.
So you guys begin to head back to talk to the rest of the group as they've been debating on the libraries and different things. But we are going to take our break right now. So we'll be back in like 10 or 15 minutes to continue with the lore dumps and the background dumps and all this good stuff. And I'm going to try and find a freaking map apparently. So it'll be great. But we'll be back in like...
And at the end of the stream, we're dropping the early access Discord link, baby. So if you're here at the end of the stream, you'll be able to join our Discord, and then throughout the week we're going to be posting the official Discord link on our socials, so look for it there if you're not here at the end of the stream. Thank you. Back to you, DJ.
All
right, back to the break.
Woo!
Let's go.
What?
Welcome back. So, where we left off, Havel and Melora were just rejoining the rest of the group as they came off of their discussion. So we'll say that you guys are just walking back into the house.
Hi.
Hi.
Hello?
Hi.
I have something to confess.
Okay.
Some of you may want to sit down. Edward, you may want to sit down. I feel like you have the most adverse reaction to this. I don't know why. Just an assumption.
Okay. I'll sit down. Sits down.
I love you all dearly. Yeah, I'm not a tiefling.
Look like one.
I'm not a tiefling.
You're definitely a tiefling.
But I wasn't a tiefling. I haven't always been a tiefling.
Curse or hex?
I can't tell you, actually. I think it might have just been I don't know.
You're
a spell
messing
or some
with
sort.
us. That
No,
You weren't always a tiefling. What were you then?
a human.
Did you touch something?
No. Why does everyone... That's messed up.
Melora giggles.
That's messed up.
This level of magic, I've never.
Can
No, Yeah,
roll?
so I was human over
Can
there.
I roll an insight check on him?
Yeah.
Oh
Okay,
yeah,
cool.
Edward's definitely.
I already
an
know.
insight
I already
check.
know.
I believes him.
Okay, so that's a total of 14.
Okay.
19 for
And-
me.
There's usually a pretty solid, like, I don't know, middle ground that Havel kind of talks in. Like, he never really sounds sincere, but he doesn't ever really sound insincere. He sounds very sincere.
Cool. Catherine believed him anyway, but just wanted to see.
So was it from like a wizard, or was it something like otherworldly?
Oh, so you know how I occasionally just kind of start talking to the roof or the building or the air?
No,
I'm not necessarily talking to God.
I haven't noticed that, in all honesty.
Okay.
Also,
well,
sorry
I'll
for
occasionally do
interrupting
that.
you, Renaya.
Okay. I'm soaking it in. What will you say, Cal?
I'll occasionally speak to the air, and that's me actually trying to speak to Qatar. Qatar, I think, is a fake creature of some sort. I'm not entirely sure what. But I found him in the woods, and we had a really long discussion, and he offered me something, and I took it. Why not? Actually, I have a reason, but you know, whatever.
What did he take from you?
Oh, he didn't take anything yet.
So,
Favor?
It's a favor, yes, that he can call on at any given moment.
Do you not? Why do people not listen to stories?
so
I'm a
you
very-
got turned into a tiefling?
Oh, by request. Not exactly the tiefling part. I didn't really have a choice. I think it was him pulling a joke on me, if I'm going to be entirely honest.
What's
I
the
mean, it's
punchline?
okay.
But the changing
That
part was your
I
choice.
was The changing part was my choice. What I changed into, I could have been a dwarf for all I know.
Right.
Oh, I'm
backseat.
trying to follow. You were human. You talked to some fey being. You made
Some
a
creature,
deal
yes.
with it, and it turned you into a tiefling.
Yes.
I mean,
And what deal was this, Havel?
In return for him turning me into a tiefling, I owe him a favor that he can call upon at any given moment.
Was
Bad
it
deal.
was it you physically transformed into a tiefling? Or was it
No,
like you became a different
I distinctly remember something cold and sharp going into my side for a brief moment. I think.
that's
I don't know.
kind of scary.
And then I woke up and my dead body was next to me and I was a tiefling.
All right, back up. Do you know what this fey? Do you know its affiliations?
No.
Like, what's its motive?
I have
what
no
could
idea.
what could this favor be? Do you have any thoughts?
The favor could range from me picking a flower for him to me literally robbing the king of some monarchy.
quite the
And so
favor.
you try to talk to him then. Why?
I've tried to talk because I was dying.
Fair.
Well, recently I tried talking to him because I was dying. When I initially did it, it's because I apparently lived in his property, which makes no sense because I bought that property. But yeah.
So you wanted to change into something so badly that you'd just say that you do this fey creature's bidding. I don't get that. Why? Why did you want to change so bad?
Have you ever wanted a do-over? Of course not, you're yourself. I figured that everyone was okay with never seeing the old Haval ever again. So I gave it up to be free of previous expectations. And I'm going to be honest, reteaching everything that I had in my past body. Like, you lose muscle memory. I would not recommend you lose muscle memory. Your abilities, everything that you once knew how to do just on a whim, gone. I was so much more capable of, like, I was, I think I lost IQ points, actually. Like, when I came to. I do not recommend it.
That's understandable, though. Wanting a do-over. I mean,
I'm sorry. It's just I don't know. I'm fine. Like, I really don't know how to go anywhere with this. So I'm just gonna stop.
Great. Does that make sense? Oh, so yeah, if we go to Marencia, when we go to Marencia, give me a second so I can reintroduce myself to Father Grindir.
Right. And
what if you just didn't?
About that, so do we want to maybe try and go to that ancient library instead?
There's an ancient library.
The one south.
It's called the Scholar's Pack. Wait, was I right?
The Scholar's Guide.
Dang it.
No. That would be my blog on the website.
It's called the Scholar's Guide. It's in Elon Ryan.
Right.
And it's quite a bit south. It's the southernmost.
Yeah.
Actually.
Right.
So.
Well, in that case, I'm a tiefling.
How soon do we think that we need to act?
I would like to know what I can as soon as we can.
Oh, right. Actually, before we get going on, like, deciding things or some sort of, just Melora, I'm here to support you if you need me.
Laura, don't tell me you're not a widow.
I give a very intrigued glance between Melora and Havel.
So, so about how much time we think we need. Well, there may be a certain factor that could speed up the timeline a little bit. As
Laura.
far
How okay? Can I get a sense how bad is Melora struggling? How bad is Melora struggling right now?
You got no check. Go.
Do I get the sense that she feels that she can't say it?
Hannah?
Yeah.
No, Melora, you're going to work through this. Say it just here. I'm here with you. We are here to support you. We are your friends. It is okay.
Right.
Everything's gonna be great.
All
Okay?
right.
Great.
Hypothetically, if
No hypotheticals.
Prazius is hunting me, and he knows where I am, and he was here last night.
This is great.
So we're going there right now. All right.
So,
Renaya's
saying-
watching
Havel-
Edward interact.
Havel reaches towards the nearest like bottle of liquor if he can find it.
So you're saying you've somehow offended one of the most powerful political
It's not
figures?
really a somehow.
What do you mean?
It's a,
I'm sorry. I don't mean to be.
All out.
It's hard to believe that Prazius cares.
it's a long story.
A
I
lonely
don't believe
widow.
that any of us care about you. I'm sorry. That just came out of nowhere. That was instinct.
I'm
My
sorry.
Very,
God.
very fast.
Edward, I'm so sorry.
I actually didn't hear you. I don't
Great.
know what you said.
I made a mistake, and there are things that I need to answer for.
And he was here last night. Well,
So
are you
everything-
seen as a traitor? Are we seen as criminals? If that's the case, we better leave, right?
One problem. I didn't quite know if it matters where we go.
Okay.
I think he just knows where I am.
I mean, I think this is relatively beneficial.
It could be. So
And there's a
I
number of
didn't really
interesting facts to
think-
consider here.
Why would Prazius himself go out? That's foolish of a leader. He would send somebody. He would send his best. It doesn't make sense to me.
What
Are
he
you
is
sure
the
you're
best.
not? Are you sure it's? Are you sure it's real?
Edward, I probably wouldn't talk right now.
Why not? I think it's a valid question.
By the look she's giving you, I think you should stop.
Now, Melora, question. So, how did this all play it through step by step for me?
Well, before I met Catherine Havel, Prazius was wreaking a sort of havoc in my forest.
No, move on. Like, to last night.
Oh, to last night.
Yes.
All right. Well, I fell asleep. I was awoken, and Prazius came out from behind the tree, touching it, making it wither away a little bit. And he knew my name. And he is also, interestingly, Edward, trying to figure out why I'm so special, as he said. I am afraid that I am wanted not only by Prazius, but whatever master he serves that's not of this world. To be fair, I didn't know much myself. All I know is that it's my problem, and I apologize for unknowingly endangering the lot of you.
Oh, no, this is good. So, there's a couple of things here that are very good to know. One, you're not dead.
As of now?
2, neither is Catherine. 2 is the most interesting one.
I know.
Now, as I see it, so Prazius is after you, right? That's like, and he wants to deliver you.
To someone.
Why wouldn't he just kill Kappa there? He showed evidence of he like touched a tree and things happened. But if I was Prazius, I would have killed Kappa. Unless Kappa, for some reason, you could defeat him in one-on-one combat.
I didn't know.
Or 2-on-1 combat.
I didn't think that he was out for blood last night. I think that Prazius likes to toy with people.
And that is great. That's good for us. That's very good for us.
Oh, he doesn't want you dead, then.
No, wait. I'm just
That
saying.
does ease my conscience a little bit.
The other thing, if he wants to bring you to his master, right, and he can like teleport all around, why didn't he just take you with him? There's 2 possible options. 1, he's an idiot. 2, he can't. Both of which are in our benefit.
I didn't know. I didn't know how he was here. I don't know. I was very afraid, not for myself, but for Cather, but he didn't even pay him no mind.
Maybe he couldn't.
Perhaps not.
There's a lot of maybes, but in reality, I don't know how much danger actually is.
He was here, because if you look at the tree, there are handprints on it. I mean, he was in some way physically here last night.
Mm-hmm. I just know that most of the time magic has very specific rules. At least in all the stories it does. Well, like fairies count if you throw salt on the ground. There's all sorts of things. But I'm just saying, I think you're making a big negative deal over something that may be very beneficial to us.
Explain.
Well, if he can find you, then theoretically, we could find him.
I didn't know how to start
I don't know either.
contact. He found me, but if you're suggesting that when we're ready, try to get him to appear again, I mean, I will do that.
I mean, I don't think that you would do it alone. I don't think the only two of us that know a relative amount of magic in a compounded sense is between Renaya and Edward. And I say that gently but liberally. I suppose we could also ask Lotta, but I don't know if we want to involve her too much. That would be up to probably Renaya, right?
Right. I feel so terribly for... I mean, he didn't hurt anyone last night, but what if he did? What if he had?
What if the sun didn't rise in the morning and fire rained down from the heavens and the moon crashed into the planet? We'd all die. That's the answer to the question I just asked in reality. But the point of it was that remaining on what ifs instead of whys are kind of a stupid thing to do.
He was able to touch me.
Great. That's another rule that we know. And if he can touch you, then you can touch him. That means that you could stab him, and if he bleeds, then he can die.
I didn't want him to hurt Cather.
I mean, I didn't want him to hurt Cather either. I'm sorry, I keep interrupting. I'm kind of excited. This is a large development.
Right. I wasn't really sure how to...
That makes one of us.
Say it.
The way you're speaking, it doesn't sound like he wants to harm you or us. He just wants something from you?
I think that the goal is to bring me to his master alive. Now, hurt? Not sure if there's a rule against that, just still breathing.
Okay, well, we can be certain of a few things. One, we would all benefit from knowing a little bit more about what's going on. All of us. There's more going on here than any of us can foresee. I don't know entirely what Haval you've been a part of pre-Tiefling. I don't know why that happened. And Melora, I don't know what you've done to get wrapped up in Prazius, but what I do know is that if we want to figure out what's happening and try to stay alive, it's probably best if we all do it in a quick and sturdy go. Do you all agree?
What are you suggesting?
We go figure out what's happening. Go talk to either the priest guy, go to the library maybe in the south, but that seems a bit far. I really do think that maybe the father, Havel's father, would be the best option. I mean, he would know, right? Perhaps. And maybe he can do some weird magic stuff that they do in temples. Maybe he could do some of that. And
well, I mean, yeah, okay. Yeah, and if we don't find the answers, I suppose we can just hightail it to the scholars, whatever. Yeah.
Does anybody have any thoughts on that? I mean, it seems straightforward to me.
I'm sorry, thoughts on what?
On
Where
going
to
the
go?
temple?
Booking it to Morentia first thing in the morning.
I'm fine with Morentia. I think that it's a wise idea. Worst comes to worst, if we don't find any information in Morentia, we go to the one in the south. And then if that fails, which hopefully it won't, but regardless, option 3, head to Haval unless some other opportunity presents itself.
How DM? How many days would it take to get to Marencia?
Marencia? Let's see. Took you guys like 4 days to get from here to Athala, so it's at least 4 days there. Athala is on the western side of Akhlaran. Marencia is on the western side. You basically have to go across the continent, now that I think about it. So probably
Farther
about
than
6 to 8 weeks.
Is it farther than the Southern Temple?
No, it would be...
Wait, I thought you said that the Morentia was the close one.
Are we?
No,
Are we
Morenci
go-
is the capital of
The other nation.
East Bravania. I said that
It's the closest source of.
Meriton.
Meriton was the
city.
next closest
Is the
city,
closest
but Marencia was the
major
next
city.
closest capital for
Oh.
the Blind Nations.
Blind Nation, yeah.
Meriton is the next closest major city that's not going to be just a settlement. Marencia is the capital of East Bravania and is home to a lot of temples and places like that might have more knowledge. Meriton, from what you guys know of it, there are public buildings there, and it is a little bit of a bigger city, and so there are things like libraries and scholars and stuff like that, but not to the extent of Marencia.
Are we going away from the library, going towards Morentia?
So, here, I'll use
I mean,
this map because I happen to have it. Let's see, can you
It'd
see
be just
anything?
kind of like a triangle, right?
Yeah, it's going to be like a triangle. Let's see if you can see it. Okay.
Not
So-
really.
Not really? Yeah, okay. Basically, we'll put it like this.
You should really invest in a white.
Where we
company.
are, Morentia, up south.
Right.
So,
Uh,
here's where you guys are.
All right.
Ooh.
Sticky
Nope,
note.
that's
So,
down.
right now, you
Yeah.
guys are
Moving
over
closer.
here.
Yeah.
And you can
Oh,
see-
I see a dot.
There's a dot
You
there.
do see a
Yeah.
dot.
Okay,
I see
this
it.
is the line. This is the outline of the country. This is of the
Okay.
continent. This is actually not very accurate. But over on the opposite side of the continent is Marencia.
Uh-huh.
Gotcha.
Down over here, somewhere down in Elon Ryan, there's a little lake there. It's called.
We don't even know the location.
Yeah, here's the Scholar's Guide.
Well,
Well,
it makes sense for me to go to Marencia because we already know somebody personally who has political prowess and influence. And
So-
he's a priest of knowledge. That makes
Well,
sense.
it would be political prowess.
I mean, he's in the
I-
temple, is he not?
I mean, I suppose. I don't know.
well,
I never really I never really talked to him
Well-
about his.
Okay,
Dealings.
so the library, the Scholar's Guide is in Elon Ryan,
Yes.
which is known for its deserts. Havel,
Yes,
you
which
were
is a big.
there. You were there when Mallous showed me that the face of Prazius and that tower in the desert.
That is very true.
You also remember that in the hag's dungeon with the book with all the questions, they asked if the Scholar's Guide held the answers or something
Yes.
like that.
Which is why we need to go to the Scholar's Guide either way, but it's whichever one is
But if it's-
closest, though.
But
They're about the same distance.
Yeah.
Think that either way we're in for a rather long journey.
so Renai, are you saying that that's a good thing or a bad thing?
I think Mallous is trying to say that that's the way to go.
So as I see it, we have Morentia, we have Elon Ryan. Morentia is relatively low risk, low reward. We go there, we know where the stuff is, but there's not as high a chance that it's actually has the things that we're looking. It might have some, but it might not. But then the Elon Ryan one, Scholar's Guide or whatever it is relatively high risk, high reward because we don't know where it is. So it's around the same distance, but then we don't know where it is, but it might have all sorts of things that we need.
Here's,
So do we want
here's
to
the thing, though.
straight up go in?
Here's my assumption, though. Where is the tower? Are we just going to be wandering around the deserts for an ungodly amount of time until we find a tower?
As we get closer, people might know where it is.
I say we put it
Hey.
to a vote.
Alright?
Both
No.
seem like relatively equal options.
Well, here, how about this? So that way there's no possibility of tying. I will abstain because I frankly do not care anymore.
I was actually going to ask Lotta, but that works too.
Well, maybe Lotta would have some information. Would she know where that library is? She seems like she's well traveled.
I do not know.
Oh,
At which point
she's
you all
pops her head
turn
out.
around and
I was
she's
asking-
now just
Oh, she's
leaning
there.
against the door or the
Oh.
hallway. Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. I came out a little bit ago, but you guys seem to be having an important conversation, so I thought I'd just wait here. But
There's a bowl of soup for you on the counter.
thank you. She goes over to the kitchen, grabs the bowl, goes back to the hall, proceeds to continue to lean against the door, and then takes a couple bites. This is very good. As for the information, I do not know where the Scholar's Guide is. I've heard tales of it, but I do not know where it is. People talk about it moving. It travels around the desert, only presenting it to the most desperate and in need.
You seem pretty desperately in need.
I would say so.
Maybe it'll just come to us.
I think we should go.
I agree.
We should go too.
I vote for the desert.
I vote for the desert as well.
I do as well.
I love it when I give away deep things that I wasn't really wanting to give away, but I mean, you know what? Never mind. I'm
I thought you didn't want to see it, Dad. Oh,
What?
Dad.
I don't. I also didn't want to tell you guys that I was a freaking human
Well, you're not anymore.
because that's my own personal stuff, you know. Or whatever. It's fine.
Well, I mean, Havel, if it makes you feel better, I mean, you're not a human. Yeah, exactly. You're a tiefling now, so it doesn't matter.
Cather,
What is this?
Nothing
What is
will
this
help
human
me.
form you speak of? I don't remember anything.
Cather, what do you think about where we ought to go?
I think we should go for the desert.
Well, Havel's father makes more sense to me, but I need to go to that library, and I'm not one for tall tales, but I seem to be proven wrong recently. So I guess it's worth a shot. I mean,
If you're
I would
going-
rather do that than try to go back to Athala.
If you're going to Elon Ryan, I'd recommend taking a route directly south, starting at the heart of the desert. It's an oasis towards the southeast corner of the country. It's where lots of the major cities in Elon Ryan are, and would be a good starting point.
I can't believe we're going into the desert.
I can't believe we're going into the desert.
I'll be needing a new water skin. Mine has a hole.
I
think Benaiah can
hand
fix that.
her mine.
Wait, no! Oh, this is my time! And when I was gonna like run over.
Alright, should have hold it out.
I'm just gonna kind of look to Lotta for a second to like make sure Lotta's watching. Okay, and she's gonna cast mending on it.
The
Thank you very
whole
much.
Very nice.
just stitches itself back together.
Very nice.
That's so cool.
Oh, magical mending.
I no longer need a new water skin.
Fantastic.
Actually, that does remind me. Lotta, is there a place that we could buy some rations?
Or a tent.
You can take whatever you need. I
I-
have a tent.
Can we please use the tent? I beg of you.
You know, you guys have been. You guys. Okay.
I'm gonna go murder someone. Hold on one moment.
Right.
Okay. She
Alright.
proceeds to go over to the back corner of the kitchen, walks up an invisible staircase, and disappears into the rafters, where you guys just can't see her. She just turns invisible for a second, before eventually a leather sack gets dropped down out of nothing, and she crawls back down. I mean, it's rather large. It will fit you tightly. It was made for 4 people. It was tight with us when we were traveling around, because some of our people were a little bigger, Marv. But anyway, it should be just fine for you guys. At least better than blankets and sticks.
I thought that the blankets and sticks were kind of nice.
That's fine too.
Muller, are you muted right now?
I upgraded us, but okay, yeah, that's fine.
Hello. Okay, there we go.
We upgraded to a tarp recently.
Good tarp.
Hey, we could
go
still use a tarp
underneath
too.
the
Yeah,
tent,
exactly.
know?
That's what I was gonna say.
Help keep dust off the boots and stuff like that, so you don't drag it into the tent.
It's easier to put up than a tarp, right? Please tell me it is. Faster? Yes? Warmer, maybe?
All of the above.
Yes. This is what we needed. Why didn't we get one of these when we started? We've been using a silly tarp?
Well, you know, sometimes things just don't
reaches
work
towards
out.
his hilt for a moment.
Kind
of like sizes Edward up, and he goes,
Lada, you said that you also perhaps had some rations. I know personally, I'm
You are welcome
fresh
to
out.
take anything. You are welcome to take all of the food that you'd like. We should be getting an import of food soon, sometime. I can go down and fish.
Thank you.
When should we head out?
in the morning.
Like
Probably
it's
not
in
right
the
now.
morning.
She looks out, and you guys now see it's dark out.
I'm sorry, it's just dark. It's just night.
I would recommend taking the night to rest, and then leaving in the morning.
Yeah,
You
I
have
agree.
a long journey ahead of you. You should be
Okay.
well rested for it.
Yeah, if you're trying to speak, I couldn't hear you.
Me?
Yes, if you were trying to speak, I couldn't hear you.
Yes, Lada.
Yes, for me.
She's gonna kind of like
Walk
try to
over.
subtly, even though she's right in front of everybody, walk over and be like, "Do you have any spare thieves' tools?"
No.
Okay.
I think, oh, I just threw it. Did I just, no. Oh.
No, it's okay. I don't need any new ones. Okay.
Hush.
Hush, child. True. The adults are speaking.
I have a cool new power. Let me use it.
Mm.
Oh no, feral
Never
DM.
mind. I still. Heck, I just had.
One of these days. One of these
What
days.
was the name of the red tiefling, Renaya?
Jessamine.
Jessamine. Jessamine would have had them.
Of course, Jessamines of freaking rouge.
Wow.
I'll find some eventually.
Yeah, it would probably be easier just to buy some or something. Would you like some gold to buy some? It's
No,
not
no,
that
no, no, no,
expensive.
no. We have plenty of money. It's okay.
Do you need an allowance?
I don't really have much money.
I can.
I'll
Do
get
you
you
need
some
money, Renaya? I can get
What?
you. Like
Huh? What?
what?
No?
What?
All right. Well, it seems like we came to an arrangement. So if anyone needs me, I'll be outside.
Lada,
Yes.
really quickly. This will be fast. Do you have any way that I can contact someone?
Yes. Are we talking about like pen and
And
paper or
No, I need to. Well,
more instantaneous?
like instantaneous. Like just it can even be a one-way message. Really, I don't really want to. Yeah.
Yeah, I can do that.
Cool.
Who would you like me to send it to?
Father Grandale of Morencia at Brion Temple.
Like Rendo.
Oh, you know
The
him.
Hoot. Yes.
Great. Love it.
He's been around for
wait,
a while.
Ryan. My mom knows your dad.
No.
You didn't know they dated in high school.
I hate this.
Kerchow.
They kept in touch all those years.
Well acquainted. No.
Oh,
Oh,
no.
No. I can't do that again.
Oh no.
Yes.
Wouldn't
I
that
don't
be
know him,
funny,
like,
though?
overly well, but he helped out with a few of my adventures, we'll say.
Oh, he was an adventurer. Great.
No, he wasn't an adventurer. No. He is a very devout man who happens to hold keys and access to information that is nice and sometimes useful.
I'm
They
aware.
call that a key NPC.
He I'm
He's there. Aaron, your Aaron is coming out.
Let's see. So,
This is
Perfect.
this is making me more uncomfortable than I thought I would have.
what would you like me to send to Mr. Grimda?
Do I have like a text limit or something?
It has to be 25 words or less.
Okay, hold on one second.
I'm-
We'll just
I'm
do it all at
still
once. We'll just do it all at
alive.
once. Here.
Don't
Well,
worry.
No, it's okay. It's okay.
I'm
We'll
with
do-
friends.
Can you send multiple times if necessary?
I'm
Be
a
home
pretty-
late.
I could. It will take more energy, but I'm not. I'm about.
I mean,
to.
it wouldn't be
It's
any
not-
more
it's
minimal.
not that big a deal.
Like more
I can
like
do it
twice.
like up to like 12 times if you want.
No, it's okay. Um. Hi, Dad. This
Oh.
is Haval.
Wait. Okay. She pulls out her notebook and starts writing this down.
Focus on
Wait.
the spell.
Well, didn't you say he didn't like it when you called him dad?
I'm aware. Hi, Dad. This is Haval.
Okay.
I am alive.
Okay.
Me and friends might stop by. Okay?
You have 10 more words.
Spelled O-K-E-Y.
If that is okay.
Okay, as
It's
one
one
word.
word.
Okay. Okay. E. Have no flexibility in these hands. Okay. Please respond swiftly to us. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
She writes it all down. Hi, Dad. Proceeds with the rest of the message, and then she sits there for a little bit. All right. He said that you need to stop bringing your sketchy friends to the temple.
Okay, can we,
Sketchy
okay.
friends?
Is that all he said?
I'm not sketchy.
Yes.
Okay, can we do another one? Can we do?
He
We can't. We're not
responded.
leaving it here. He
Wait,
responded.
He responded. That's what she wanted. He responded swiftly.
He did respond simply. Can we?
All right.
Can we do
yeah, let's
round
do
two?
it.
Okay.
Yeah, round two.
Okay.
No.
Just in here.
Yes. My friends aren't sketchy. They are well established citizens of the realm. I even made friends with a fellow, kinda.
She. Anything else?
We also might need favor.
Nice.
Should we cancel all of that? He said something about you writing lines for like 2 weeks.
Okay. Yep. Okay.
It's okay?
Well. Okay. No. Okay.
He said it was okay, but you're going to be writing lines for like 2 weeks or something.
Oh. Yep. No. Okay. Sounds about right.
He also mentioned something about calling him dad and Father.
Oh no. He caught it. Cool. We could just leave it at that. I don't. You would. Yep. Okay. Havel just like walks away.
Okay.
Well, we know we have a safe place if we need it, I guess.
Yep.
Or
If we need to go to Morenzi, guys. Yep.
Okay.
Oh, rest. Now? Travel
Yes.
in the morning?
The faster we go to sleep, the faster we wake up and get going. Time is of the essence.
All right. I'm going to bed. I'm very tired now.
Ada, will you stay for my ritual?
Mm-hmm. Would you like to do it in my room?
Yeah.
She leads you back there, and then takes a key out of her she has like an inner pocket on her. She carries like a wristband. Takes an inner key out, unlocks a drawer, pulls open. There's the glow of like coin. Pulls out 3 bags. There you go.
Oh, Renaya became the richest party member.
I mean,
300
you do
gold.
have plenty.
No, never mind. 300 gold. Okay, well, that's fair. Not everyone can be a big spender like us. Isn't that right, Edward?
I haven't actually spent that much since I've left. He
I
smiles big.
don't care about my money.
Fair.
So we're gonna go to sleep.
Hoosers, we go to
Anyway,
bed.
So Renaya, you do your ritual. Lada goes to bed. Everybody else goes to bed, I believe, right?
I journal a bit, then go to bed.
Okay. Is anybody keeping a watch?
Yeah,
That's
watches are for the
weird.
weak and people who need to know what time it is.
Okay.
I don't know if it counts as keeping watch, but I will stay up for the first chunk that would be keeping watch.
No, DJ, we're in shelter. We don't
Okay.
need watches.
Okay. Perfect. So, you all go to sleep. Everyone but Melora at first. As you all sleep, Renaya, you wake up to Lada gently shaking your shoulders as you passed out on her bed with her. She gently shakes your shoulders, puts her hand to her lips, and then just points to what you can see Mallous crouched in the corner. He comes forward and first just reaches out a hand and just like boops your head. And then he turns his hand over and his demeanor changes from happiness to see you to something more serious. His body tenses as he pulls out one hand and then 2 and begins to produce an image. In this image, you can see rolling hills to one side and a mountain to the other, a little further back. They have passed the mountains. You can see the obsidian road. And just as this almost camera angle changes, instead to be facing the road and towards the mountains, it then turns to face the opposite direction as it looks down over a hill leading past what you can see is the city of Katin, the small town of Katin. The silhouettes you can see, you recognize the few buildings. You recognize the tree in the center of town. You can see the cliff edge and the ocean beyond it. And standing at the top of the hill that this camera now pans behind, you can see a group of people. The biggest and largest thing that you can see is this large winged two-headed dog with matted, gross, disgusting fur towering above the rest of the soldiers that you can now see surrounding it. This thing probably standing about 15 or so feet tall, nearly 3 times as tall as the horses that many of these soldiers ride. And on that winged two-headed Cerberus, we'll say, you can see the gray-skinned with gold adornments that you recognize to be Prazius. The smoke coming from behind the mask rising up as he looks over the city. And he closes his fists, causing the scene and the depiction to fizzle and fade.
He's coming here? Can we do anything? Is leaving gonna do it? Like now? The morning's okay? Okay. How soon is he gonna be here? Is it going to be soon? Okay. Then we'll leave as soon as everybody is up. I'll make sure they're up early. Thank you.
He reaches out and boops your head again. Oh. And then he looks at Lada and he boops her head. Before kind of almost this shadowy portal kind of appears behind him, and he kind of like crawls backwards through it to try to avoid knocking anything over in this small cramped room. And you're left in the dark with Lada. Your eyes now adjusted to the dark.
Okay.
I will be able to hold them off for a little bit. But you should leave right away in the morning.
Okay. And you'll write to me?
Of course.
As everything is going on. If anything goes on.
I will try and lead them straight.
And after everything is done, you'll write to me?
Of course.
And I'll write to you.
Yes, you will.
And I'll come back real soon.
It will be just fine. Everything will be fine.
Okay. Would Renaya have had her elf rest by now?
Yeah.
Okay, she's gonna stay up. She's gonna do a ritual.
Okay.
And then she's just going to stay out in the main area of the house.
Okay, perfect. You go back down out into kind of the living area of the house, to which you can see the majority of your friends have fallen asleep. Everybody is quiet, not moving, as this had been going on. Melora, you stayed awake for hours. And it seemed to go on forever, as your brain and your thoughts just could not stop, and you couldn't settle down. But without even remembering, somewhere you managed to find some small semblance of rest. You managed to daze and travel into this small respite. And as you lay there, slowly regaining that rest in the darkness that surrounds you, out of the darkness, you just see Prazius' face. Nothing else, just the face. The golden mask, the slit where his mouth would be, completely flat with the framed horns that come around. This is the first time his face has been in such vivid detail. You can see eyes behind the mask that move and squint. You can see the individual wisps of smoke. And as you look into his eyes, you see almost pure darkness. But as you look further, there's a glint of red, this glow, this abyssal fire that glows at the far backside of his eyes. And as he leans forward, he looks at you. You can't see him smile, but you can tell that he does. And he just says, "Run," before disappearing into the dark. And you awake to Renaya coming back out.
Okay.
So Mellora's awake. Can I see that Mellora's awake?
She wakes up in a bolt just as you step out into the living room.
Okay, running over.
I think we should go.
We're gonna go.
Maybe right now.
How long has the rest been for everybody?
At this point, all of the elves are just coming out of their
perfect. I was
rest.
just gonna
Melora
ask.
being rudely awoken. So you're about 4 hours in.
Oh,
Should we
I
go?
didn't realize I was the one sleeping in this morning.
Catherine, we need to go.
What happened?
Well, Melora has her little sense going off, and I got another visit from Mallous. Prazius is coming here.
All right. I immediately walk over and start getting the boys awake.
Draco sleeps outside. He pops his head over the window. He's been too excited to sleep. And he goes, "So we going? We going now?"
Havel, wake up. Edward, come on, you too. We're leaving. Havel, we can't tell you right now.
We got everything packed. I just pick up under each arm, pick up Havel and Edward.
What time
Or you
is
can
it?
sleep and ready to
Let
go.
go of me.
Really,
please.
I let him go.
Really, Tarak.
Tarak,
Thank you.
let go.
I let him go.
I'm
What
tired.
time is it?
It's. I mean, what? We went to bed at 10.
Yeah, it's like 2, 3 in the morning.
Yeah. Prazius
give
is
him
coming.
something?
All right, we need to leave now.
Yes,
Wait,
we
what?
knew this.
He's coming
Oh,
here?
no,
now?
as in he's coming soon. He's going to be here soon.
Oh.
Okay,
Well, in
okay,
that case,
go.
I guess,
Let's go.
yeah.
Everyone get your things. Everyone get your
What
things.
is Lotta going to do?
I will be just fine, as she has now stepped out, pulling her nightgown around. I will be just fine. You go. I will try and do my best to hold them off and maybe guide them astray.
Wait
Um,
after me anyway, so if we leave, then he shouldn't stay here for long.
What magic do you have at your hand to use?
clerical.
Well, worst comes to worst, fall back to the island. It's a lot more defensible.
That is true. Go. Head south.
Bye. I just go.
Renaya's gonna run and hug Lada.
She gives you a very, very tight hug.
I'll be back soon, and you have to write.
Of course. And she kisses your forehead. Now go. Keep him safe. You'll be fine. On my way out, I kind of link arms with Melora.
All right, that's fine.
Haval was going to stop.
Oh well, it doesn't matter. That happened. So.
Haval's going to walk up to Lada and take a deep bow and just go. I appreciate everything that you've done for me. Thank you.
It was my pleasure, Haval. It really was.
Do be safe. Can't have anything bad happening to you.
These peasants, they haven't got nothing on me.
Right, well, we'll keep in touch. We'll let you know when
of course.
We get where we need to be going.
Tell your dad that I say hi.
Don't let him hear you say that. He'll have you writing lines too.
That's great.
That is true. He was very, very strict. But still fun.
Haval, we're running.
Okay. Haval grabs his bag and dashes.
Wonderful time, Lada. Say goodbye to Marv.
Wait, is everybody actually running?
Yeah, Tarak, who is still holding you, is booking.
No. I made you put me down.
No, I put down Haval. Just kind of like throwing you around.
Well, in that case, Edward is very sleepily, like, angrily being like, Tarak, I'm not in the mood.
As you get thrashed around, Edward, you begin to have flashbacks to Cather as he got flapped in the wings, and what that must have felt like to a lesser extent.
Does Tarak put Edward down, please?
Are you good? Are you good to run? I stopped momentarily.
Ow.
Edward, we're running. That's not an answer. Yes or no?
Okay,
Are you good to run?
I'll jaunt, and he starts moving a little faster, hugging his back.
Before we get too far, Haval stops, sighs, turns around, and removes Sassafras.
No.
And he puts him down on the sand. They're like on the ground. And he just goes, "I'm gonna miss you, buddy, but I can't take you where I'm going. It's gonna be too dry.
No.
So, you know,
just his tendrils like reach out for you.
It's okay. I know. I'm sorry, buddy. It's okay. You will find so much happiness here. Where I'm going is really not good for you. So."
It's like the complete opposite climate.
Okay, and like Havel's gonna pat Sassafras and then run up and turn around and leave.
And then he just kind of like turns and starts.
Yep, there he goes. What a trooper.
Yes, Laura.
I was just going to say that when we start running, I'll like tap Renaya's arm and kind of show her it's okay, and I want to run towards the back so that I can see that everyone is okay.
Okay.
Specifically Catherine, Renaya, and Haval.
Okay. You all begin jogging in the night. It is a clear night. There's not a cloud in the sky. Relatively brisk, but not so cold that it's uncomfortable. It's kind of like a nice, like good jogging temperature, good for keeping you cold as you begin to get your heart rate up. And you guys begin jogging for hours, for what seems like forever. And as you keep going, let's have everyone go ahead and roll perception checks.
Oh, it's rolling dice.
Nat 20, baby.
Woo!
Yeah, that's the nat 20 counter.
A
24.
Edward's sleepy, but he's looking.
24.
Okay.
Don't worry, I just shook you awake. I don't know, like a 50.
Nope, Havel was not. He barely knows what's going on. If he's gonna be
You should have let me carry it farther.
Havel has tears in his eyes as he misses Sassafras.
No, he has tears in his eyes as he's missing whatever corner he was laying in.
True.
So
I don't see anything either.
Okay. Anybody that got above a 16? Sorry. You all can see as you keep an eye out, just trying to, your eyes have adjusted to the darkness. You're trying to keep an eye for your footing. You're trying to keep an eye out for any potential dangers. And on occasion, you all begin to notice that every once in a while, it momentarily gets darker, just for a flash. And about the third time that it happens, one of you looks up for just a little bit, and you watch as this large winged creature flies across the moon, just blotting it out for a second. You can see 2 wings and these large bird-like talons coming from the backside. This almost elongated neck leading to a flat face, the face of almost an owl-esque type face, as it flies across the sky.
Its hand is on the hilt of my sword.
Perfect. Every once in a while, it gets low, and you can see a better view of it. You can see the poof of feathers around its neck, the horns, almost antlers that come out of its head, the white, the sharp contrast between the white on its face, its owl-like face, compared to the darkness of the feathers. You can see leathery wings with almost dragon-esque claws on the end of them. You see one of them fly, just ever so gently following. And after looking for a little bit, you see there's 2 of them. One flying high, one low. And you watch as one of them flies farther ahead before landing far in front of you, probably 300-400 yards in front of you. And it just lands, tucking its wings in so that the very tips of them rise up above it. And it just stands there, almost becoming the statue as you run towards it. What do you guys do?
Friendly. Do we see it now?
Yeah, you can see it.
Everyone sees it?
Yeah,
okay.
eventually.
Yeah, you can all see it as it stands just a few hundred yards in front of you, blocking your path, quote unquote.
Anyone know what this is?
Oh, cool.
No idea.
Never seen it before.
I am about to find out. And Melora would like to kind of go towards the front and start walking towards it.
Wait, maybe we should get underground.
What
Those
is
things
she
look like they
doing?
could
What
kill
is
us
she
pretty
doing?
easy.
This is where we need to talk to each other.
I just
She's
follow
trying to
behind
figure
her.
out what it is.
We've been running for hours.
group up
Are
with
we
the...
supposed to follow? Do we?
Yeah, follow. It'll be
Okay.
great.
What? No.
Okay.
But spread out in like a scattered
This is
kind
terrible.
of system. Remember
We're
when we
gonna
talked
die.
about dragons?
I stay next to Malor.
We're gonna die.
Yeah, I'm like, Catherine and I are like rolling up squad.
So you're still about 400 yards away from it.
Yeah, sure.
4 football fields away.
So we should keep running.
Yeah. So you guys continue to run. Are you running towards it?
I mean,
Maybe we shouldn't run at it.
no, I'm down. I'm a sprinter at heart.
As we get closer, I will slow down.
If Melora's running towards it, Havel's just like, okay, I guess we're doing this then, and he's gonna hold on to his hilt and just follow suit.
Yep, that's what Catherine's doing.
Hey.
Edward keeps advocating to stop and maybe take cover instead, but he doesn't want to be left alone, so
What?
he's following anyways.
Is there
but he's
any
just really
cover
reluctant.
around us?
Nope. There
Me.
are the rolling hills of.
Yeah, there's no
Edward is
cover.
still
East
saying we
Maria.
should stop.
I
we
would
should
like to
get
volunteer as
around.
cover.
Edward is not a fan.
You guys continue to run towards it. When you get about 100 or so yards away, it begins spreading out its wings, revealing its full size. This thing stands probably about as tall as that dog that Prazius was on, about 15, 18 feet tall, wingspan probably 40 to 60 feet in of itself. You can see jagged bone wings, whatever they are, the wing bones that come out from it, that come to jagged points with these thick leathery wings, and it begins flapping, causing the air around it to mat the grass, and it starts screeching at you these horrific sounds, almost this warning as you keep running towards it. What are you guys going to do?
Slow.
Threatening behavior. Let's slow down.
Edward absolutely stops.
Okay.
We stopping?
As you guys stop, as you watch this one, as it continues to flap and put on this menacing display, behind you lands the second, and it begins to put on the same display, flapping its wings and screeching at you guys, and then just slowly stepping forward. This one slowly stepping forward, the other one making sure to be off to your right, almost trying to not corral you, but prevent you from going in these directions.
Right.
So is there a direction that it isn't? What are the directions that they aren't blocked?
I mean,
currently there's one behind you and one to the right of you.
I don't think
so
we're going to outrun these things.
I make some sort of insight check to see if they're trying to trap us, or if they're just trying to get us to go a certain way.
Sure. Go ahead and make an insight check.
While that's happening, have I ever heard of a creature like this before?
Insight check the giant owl things.
19.
It's Big Bird.
19. Cather, no, you've never heard of anything like this.
Okay, cool.
Laura.
Sorry to interrupt again. Could I make a history check to see if I would have learned of something like this?
Sure, go for it.
All right, sorry.
Laura, as these things put on your display, they're not attacking you. They're not getting enough formation when there's one in front and one off to the side or anything like that. They very specifically have placed themselves here. So it seems as though they're more trying to push you one direction rather than contain you.
What direction on the compass would that be?
Let's see. You guys are heading south, so it would be
to the right. Yeah.
It'd be to your left, which would be east, as you guys are heading south.
They want us to head east?
Yeah, they're just ever so gently pushing you somewhat east.
Okay.
I will sort of turn around and say, I didn't think they mean us harm, and I think that they're telling us to go somewhere.
Divine sense.
That's a good one.
You do not sense anything.
Edward also rolled a 14 for his history.
Yeah, you haven't heard of anything like this.
Okay, I didn't think so. Edward is currently kind of curled up in a ball, like on his knees almost, like covering his ears from the screeching.
I don't think that we're going to outrun these things, so perhaps we see where they want us to go.
Sorry about that, a fight.
I don't want to fight these things right now.
As you guys stand here and begin to debate, the one behind you guys gets even ever so slightly closer, begins like almost pecking at you.
So I know Trek asked, but what direction are they shooting us at again? What are they?
Like a southeast.
Somewhat, yeah, like a southeast.
That's fine.
Okay.
All right, let's head that way.
Might as well.
Okay. You guys begin heading southeast. Do you continue to jog or to walk?
Yeah, jog. Jog is good.
Yeah, let's book it.
Go ahead. I'll have everybody go ahead and make Constitution checks then.
Okay.
Let's zoom it.
Oh, come on. Seriously, why can I never roll good?
It's the armor, bro. It's heavy.
I rolled a 5.
Okay. What'd you get?
Hannah, you're muted. Oh, now we heard you.
Okay.
She's got my curse.
14.
14?
15.
15?
16 for me.
I don't suppose I would have advantage for some reason.
Nope.
6.
Okay. How about what you get?
21.
Okay. So
He's got new legs.
yeah, with Haval almost, you guys begin jogging again, and after about 15 minutes, Havel, you're feeling good. You're feeling warm. That sleepiness is kind of worn away. Your legs are pumping. Your pistons down there. You turn and you can see the rest of your group, aside from basically Tarak at the back. They're beginning to really feel the weight of it. Kath is really doing a good job of trying to push through, but Edward is not having a good time.
Puffing and puffing, bro.
Yeah, they're all beginning to struggle just a little bit. At this point, after you've been jogging for about 15 minutes, both of these creatures have returned to the skies, and just every so once in a while, you can see the shadows in the sky as they gently follow.
Havel turns around and goes, "Come on now. We better start running faster. Pretend like there are two giant owl things pecking at you."
I don't have to pretend it's real.
Exactly, now run.
I'm trying. And he's just hobbling with his pack, but he's tired.
How far away are we now from Lotta's house?
You guys are about 2 hours away.
Perhaps we can take a break. I mean, if we're going to be running for who knows how long, we didn't want to get rid of all of our energy right now. We're about 2 hours out. I like those odds.
So we're just going to trust these owl things.
Well, we can't outrun them, and so unless you want to fight them right now, I suggest we go wherever they want us to go.
Could we walk, maybe?
Where?
As long as we're moving.
Wait, okay. I was never explained this. Prazius, how do we? Why do we? Where do we?
Mallous showed me that Prazius is going to be coming here soon.
Okay.
And he's not coming alone.
Okay.
He was in the living room.
Okay.
And he told me to run, so...
Gosh,
Okay.
this is horrible.
Did he tell you a direction?
No, he just said to run.
Are we running towards the Athala right now, DM?
No, you're running away from Athala.
Okay.
You guys are heading southeast.
Okay, right. Okay, I mean, that's fine. That means we're not running towards him. Great.
Could we walk, though?
Well, there's another option for you. But you hate it.
Don't carry me, I'll run.
Oh,
it hurts. I just want to run.
Edward throws up.
Honestly, okay, that's
so wait,
canonical,
do we want to take? Do we want to take a
Why don't
break?
we
Do you want to take a break?
a short break?
Oh, thank God.
Maybe
just-
we keep moving, but we're walking.
So brisk walk.
Yeah,
Active
10 minutes on,
recovery.
10 minutes off.
Perfect. So you guys begin taking your brisk walk. What were you going to say, Hannah?
I was just going to say that Melora will stand by Cather when she's walking.
Okay, perfect. As you guys begin taking your brisk walk, continue to make your way southeast with these owl-esque creatures behind you guys, we are going to end for tonight.
No.
Whoa, I did not
week
think
before
you were
we
gonna
know what the
end
heck
there,
these
bro.
owls are.
I did not think you were gonna
Great.
end there.
Who?
Oh, I hate you. No, stop.
Sorry,
So-
I'll stop now.
We'll be back next week to
Wait.
unravel more of the mysteries. What is that?
We're
Hey,
about
Grant.
to drop the Discord link.
Beautiful. So let's go ahead and drop that Discord then.
Yes, one.
My phone is dead, so I gave it to Hannah.
Yes, I am.
Beautiful.
Everybody who's still in the stream, we're gonna drop right now an exclusive
There it is.
early Discord link for anybody who's currently in the stream. So you can click on that link, dude. Get
I love
invited to the
how
server.
excited
The
Grant
first-
is right now.
The first ones be in the server tonight. If you click that Discord link, then you're gonna be one of the first ones in the Paper Dungeon Discord. And then
Look at you guys.
And then throughout the week, we'll be posting the permanent link, which is still exciting, a little less exciting, but So Hannah, did you drop that link?
I did
Yeah,
drop
she
that
did.
link.
Yeah.
That's the sound of the link being dropped.
Nice.
Join
So-
the server. We'll see you there, Dungeoneers.
Go check out the Discord. Yeah, we love you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please come back next week as we keep going with this little adventure that we're going on.
With
but yeah,
who?
I hate you. I don't want to end on that, but anyway. So,
I
Good
think you mean whom?
Godspeed. See you next time, Dungeoneers. Good night.
Bye. You all have a good night.
Bye.